Well, hello there, fellow night horrors, and welcome to our Chronicle of Darkness, No Time for Reality. We are using the Contagion Chronicle supplement, allowing us to cross over many games and many horrors for the night. I am Tyler, Elder Echoes Online, and will be your storyteller for this chronicle. We are Vorpal Tales, and we have a variety of terrifying tales and awesome adventures we play every week, Sunday to Friday, all at 9 p.m. Eastern. Right now, you can catch us playing Conan by Modiphius on Sundays, Onyx Path's Contagion Chronicle on Mondays, Dungeon of the Mad Mage on Tuesdays, World of Darkness Ghost Hunters on Wednesdays, Starfinder on Thursdays, and Dark Horror on Fridays. Speaking of Onyx Path Publishing, a special thanks to them tonight for always having their players' backs and all the support they give us and for making yet another great game. And thanks to Astral Tabletop, who make the virtual tabletop we use for all of our games, but one. And to my brother at N8MIDD for custom character sheets that allow us to play all of Onyx Path Publishing's games without needing virtual tabletop sheets made by the company. You can find us on almost all social media platforms by looking up Vorpal Tales. You can also find us by looking up Vorpal Tales on YouTube, Twitch, and coming soon, all your favorite podcast platforms. Check out our website, vorpaltales.com. Find links to everything about us, including our Discord and our Patreon. Come check us out. Night Horrors, tell everyone who you are and who you'd be playing in this story.
Hi, I'm at Space Lord PJs. I will be playing Macintosh, the Unionist hunter.
Hi there. I am Ever. My pronouns are they, them, and tonight I will be playing the Keliak, or Keliak. Pronouns are she or it. And you can find me all over the internet as Changeling Ever.
I'm Eric. You can find me on Twitter at Maroon Recluse. Tonight I will be playing Benji Del Santos, the former Army medic and the werewolf from Wyoming.
It would help if I took self off mute. I don't know how to use technology. It's confusing. I am Katyana Kuznetsov. I am Russian vampire, and I will be playing Russian vampire. Yes. It's lovely to meet you all.
And I am Patrick Patty Shakes on the internet, and tonight I will be playing Donovan Murphy, the Beast.
And now, let's return to our terrifying tale, No Time for Reality. Father, if you please, recap us on the events of Session 2.
Aye. We open back on our lovable group of monsters dealing with being in a Nazi dystopia. Macintosh wastes no time making his presence known by gunning down and punching Nazis. Donovan, after securing Nessa, assists in the punching of Nazis. Meanwhile, Katyana, Benji, and Keliak find Robin, Katyana's young charge, engrossed by a book. She was in almost a catatonic state, unfazed by the gunfire. Katyana, touching her, became engrossed too. Benji was able to luckily pick up the child and carry her out to the waiting ambulance, while Katyana had to follow in tow. As Keliak left to catch up, she caught up with a young cyberpunk hacker and decided to hitch a ride in her Porsche to chase down the ambulance. They both could see that the Nazi reality was centered on the ambulance and was on the move. The source must be the girl. Katyana caught up to a young priest of what seemed to be every faith that when he got near her, caused her to feel pain. They sped off after the ambulance and his Jeep. Finally, Donovan and Macintosh made an uneasy alliance and hopped in Macintosh's car. All of our monsters were on their way to the hospital. Upon arrival, Keliak and the hacker were able to pass themselves off as drunk, injured girls in need of help to the Nazis in charge of the hospital. The young priest gave Katyana an amulet, which allowed her to see the truth that this Nazi reality was not the real reality, and she was able to successfully pass for having a heart attack. Finally, Macintosh and Donovan rolled up, and as Donovan handed Mac his new clip for his gun, he gave him a wink and said, "Watch this," as he unleashed the beast and was able to utterly destroy 6 Nazis. Macintosh busted down the door of the hospital, and while the civilians ran for cover, all of our supernatural monsters stood their ground and finally had a proper face-to-face talk. The quote priest revealed himself to be a mage and was able to cast a spell that paused time as well as revealed all of the monsters' true forms to one another. After taking stock, A chuckle was heard as the third interested party, the Vampire Prince of Chicago, joined everyone. Each side pleaded their case. The hacker revealed herself to be a Geist, and her group would use the girl as bait to lure out whatever powerful entity had caused the current predicament in Chicago so that it could be dealt with. While being used as bait, the girl would be studied and attempted to be cured. The mage and his group theorized that either humans, monsters, or both had committed grievous sins and repentance must be had. They promised they would attempt to cure the girl, and failing that, would make sure her soul was saved, and then move throughout the city, removing sin where possible and burning it with fire when not. The prince suggested the girl be studied and experimented on so that whatever was in her could either be cured, reverse engineered, or weaponized. This was because the elder ancient evils were commencing a war in which we all were just pawns. The party was split in which factions joined. Katiana and Benji siding with the mage, while Macintosh and Keliak sided with the Geist. Donovan, after initially siding with the priest, decided to join his human friend and favorite, quote, cousin with the Geist. He was unsuccessful in trying to persuade Katiana to switch sides, as her top priority is the girl and her safety. Ta-da.
Thank you. We'll begin our first scene where you are actually still in the midst of fiercely debating which faction and or factions to join. We cut that off last session so that we could end, but the debate was not actually complete. I see no reason why you cannot, in character, continue that debate and see where you finally land in case your chips were not quite finalized and only landed where they did because we were at the end of the session. So, at this time, you're no longer in the emergency room. The scene has jumped forward several hours. It's been about 6 hours. And you have her holed up at the place that Macintosh stays in the city, which is an apartment at the top of an old abandoned factory building made out of brick. It's in the district, it's in the industrial district of Chicago. Not a lot of people are here, at least in this bubble of reality. No one's really bothering you here. Your new benefactors are not here either, but you know how to contact them when necessary. It is at the moment just the 5 of you and the unconscious girl that you currently have gently strapped down to Donovan's austere, unionized queen-size bed.
Macintoshes?
All products that Macintosh buys were created by companies that support labor.
Out of character, I wonder, am I able to touch the girl or without getting infected still, or?
No one's tried yet.
Okay.
She was transported here by the priest with actual supernatural powers, the one Patty refers to out of character as mage.
Gotcha. Okay. I want to definitely try to touch her because Katiana would like be petting her hair to kind of soothe her or whatever.
You do not go rigid and catatonic like before. There is no book to become immersed in. Nothing changes.
Okay, cool. All right. Well,
So
Katiana spends her time sitting on the edge of the bed, playing with the girl's hair, singing to her.
NG, I don't think they should be getting out of this talk. So you're afraid of what you are.
You're not?
No. I love it. It makes me who I am. It makes me unique.
Can you control what you are?
Most of the time.
Who would want to?
What if you couldn't?
That's not more of a if, but when. It has happened, and wasn't that bad. Sometimes it's just like blowing off steam.
Really not. I don't like this idea of using this girl as bait for things that we don't even know exist, or have no idea if they exist or not. Just the word of some guy in an Armani suit, this pendejo that came out of nowhere. Nah, I don't believe that.
I just
This
stare
priest,
at
though,
Benji.
I've seen it. I know what I saw. That priest was able to stop time. I've never seen anything like that before. And if you can do that,
expensive segue.
it's like if he can do that, maybe he can help the girl, and maybe he can help me too. You know.
I just gesture at the assembled party. You don't know if what you said is real.
I could say the same thing about yours.
Might want to start believing in ghost stories. You're living in one.
I know about ghosts. I know about souls. That's the one thing your guy couldn't guarantee. And Pilate said that he can heal her soul. He can repair her spirit. Not many people can do that. I'm pretty sure that that creepy guy can't do that. He's just saying that he's just gonna see what science says, and if that doesn't work, then so be it. That's.
Hi, but you're assuming that there's something wrong with her, that she is broken.
Isn't that what you all said? She's infected, isn't she?
She might be infected, but there's nothing wrong with her soul necessarily.
How do we know? How do you know?
I don't. But what if it's just like a cancer and you can cut it out?
I don't think this is anything like cancer, Father. We're talking about warping reality. You saw what happened back there. What if it gets worse? If it spreads? We can't just write her off. She's a human being. We have to try to save her if we can. Not just dangle her in front of a bigger fish. That's reckless. That's selfish.
Aye, but if we're dangling her for a bigger fish, isn't it better we catch that fish as opposed to letting it roam and eat all the other fish in the pond?
If you're a good fisherman, you'd be able to do that without her.
You're saying that I should be able to catch it with just me bare hands and nothing for bait.
Well, first of all, you don't know anything about this fish, so how do you propose going fishing for it?
You start like you do with all other fish. You start with one bait, see if it works, and you keep moving.
Somebody who's I thought you were a man of the cloth. I thought you valued life.
I do, and I also value that everyone has a purpose. Everyone has a reason for existing. This might be hers.
You're willing to gamble her life to fight whatever this thing is?
Absolutely.
Well, then I think we need to trade uniforms, you and I.
Being another cloth doesn't mean I have to care for every life. It means that I understand that everyone has reasons for living and reasons for being.
Macintosh walks up, hands them both a beer, and then sits down.
Dragon ale. It's a stout.
Right.
I apologize. Dragon milk. It's a white stout.
I drink most of it down in a couple gulps. Fine stuff. I expect nothing less from someone named Macintosh.
It's a shame, Benji, that you'd love to put others in danger just for one little girl.
What? No.
Oh, yes. Because if something is out there, every minute that goes by that we don't attempt to do something with our little morsel here puts another child in danger.
I'd be thinking the problem with you is that you talk as if she is not real.
Oh, she's real. She's very
And you're
real.
a real pain in my ass. You need to stop talking about child.
Well,
She is not to be bait. End of discussion. I refuse.
I believe This is a group vote.
Yeah, and I think you're a bit too close to the situation to have a clear head on this.
Ugh.
Well, she doesn't get a choice just
That's
because
not
she's close.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not
I
what
am
I'm saying.
responsible for her. Her own mother wants nothing to do with her. I take care of her. I take care of Robin. I keep her safe. She is not bait.
Look, I think we can all agree that whatever happens, the girl's not to come to harm. So, from there, figure it out.
I got a better idea. Why don't you ask her what's best for her, huh?
Well, she's
Why don't you
catatonic,
concur?
so that's not really a choice.
All these people and their special magic powers, and you can't manage to ask a young girl what she would rather do, what she would rather have done with her life.
I would agree. Benty is smart. He is good boy.
Oh, Benji, did you have a choice in what happened to you?
No.
I didn't either.
Well, then you should understand where I'm coming from.
Higher power, higher purposes.
She should have choice. Benji is right. We must find a way to ask Robin what she wants.
All
I'm
right.
sure that...
From the bed. I want a cherry Coke and out of these straps. Who the hell strapped me down? Why am I strapped down? Grandma, what the hell's going on?
Oh.
Cherry Coke.
He goes to the fridge, comes back with the straw, and like puts it towards her mouth.
She
You get
glares
the
at
cherry Coke.
Grandma, get this weird guy away from me.
You get the Coke.
No, he is
You don't
good
get the
one, I
straps off
promise.
just yet. You've had a doozy of a day.
She attempts to scoot as far away from you as possible, looking desperately at Grandma.
Atlantic, no, I promise. He won't harm you. I will keep
Fine.
you safe.
You feed her the Coke and hands it to Grandma.
Give her some space, MacGyver.
And Katiana, with her slightly shaky old lady hands, just kind of takes it and puts the straw up to Robin's lips.
She sips it, but then she looks at Scrubs, Catholic priest vestments, and Macintosh. She looks back at you and says, "Is this another one of those weird porn things?"
No, little one. That something happened at the library, and they're coming to help you.
Do you remember what happened?
She chokes a little on the soda, and then she kind of blinks and looks around, and then she locks eyes on Kellyak and is like, "Whoa, you're cool."
Aw, thank you. If only you knew.
All right,
This
you know what?
is
She can drink her own Coke and unleashes like one of the hand straps.
She's like, "Ah, oh,
Benji.
thank you." She grabs the Coke and like chugs it.
Benji is doctor, I think. Not sure. This Macintosh,
She's like, "He's kind of an angry doctor. I don't like him."
good doctors usually very angry. If they're too nice, they're not good enough.
In Russia, all doctors are angry.
This is true. Da. Macintosh, he's very passionate about unions. I don't know what union is. This is, darling. How do you say your name? Calico. What?
Funny.
She's pale like snow. You Snow White now. Snow White. She creepy. Don't go near her. And this Murphy. Yes. Donovan Murphy. I like his name. I don't like him though.
Audrey works too.
Ugh. They have come together to help you. There is something inside you, Robin. It make you not so good. We are
And
just
inside of
concerned.
me, I feel fine.
You
People
don't remember
also feel
about
fine.
anything that happened in the library? You don't remember the
I remember reading a
firefight, the
really
Nazis?
good book.
Well, and you got spared a lot worse than
She laughs
we
right
got.
out loud and says, "There aren't any real Nazis. What's wrong with you?"
Welcome to 2020.
What'd you say, Macintosh?
I said, welcome to 2020.
Forgive her, babushka, for she knows not what she does.
Do we have any idea how she got infected? She just showed up at the library, started reading a book, and then weird things started happening.
That's all you know.
Okay?
Yeah, Benji will just sort of recount, like, I got to, he's like, she was already reading the book when I got there. And then everything went topsy-turvy, I don't know. You don't remember any of this? He asked her.
No, I just read my book and now fell asleep in the chair. Now I'm here with you weirdos. And the cool
I
lady
got
over
shot. You and your trigger-happy buddy shot up the whole library, ended up killing some people. Not Nazis.
I mean,
You don't.
sorry about
there.
that.
She looks you up and down, Benji. I don't see any gunshot wounds.
He's a
That's
quick
what
healer.
we're talking about. It's a different reality. Something was happening with you. This whole reality changed around you. I think that's what this infection does. It makes things that
people are weird,
makes you
Grandma.
feel.
Kiliak goes
No
and just
secret.
stares out the window.
You have a really important
Everything is
decision to
normal.
make. I think your grandmother should. Well, I'll leave you two to it.
Everything is normal, Kiliak.
I'd just like to point out that everything's normal outside once more.
For now.
Oh, I think I know. It's when she sleeps. It's her dreams. Her dreams are the contagion.
So we just pump her full of caffeine and we got our problem solved.
Gonna have to go down to the store for Red Bull.
Oh no, Red Bull. Red Bull gives you the wings. She's already angel. She doesn't need the wings.
Mm.
Don't
As
drink
a
the
medic,
caffeine.
caffeine is putting a band-aid on a gunshot wound. You're not gonna treat your way to victory on this. You gotta find the source of the problem and get rid of it.
Right.
Well,
which is what we
as
need
a
He was
to
medic-
awake
decide.
in the library.
As a medic, maybe you can get the proper narcotics needed to make this a little bit
She was
more
awake in
permanent.
the library.
Yeah.
She was awake. I remember. I was looking for you, Moderka. Why were you not? You did not come to my house after school like you said you were. What
Got
happened?
absorbed in the book. I must have lost track of time.
It happened to you too, Abuela. You were both sitting on the couch when I tried to move you and you wouldn't respond. I had to carry you out one at a time. That's how I got shot.
Maybe it's her imagination then.
I do not remember.
I don't imagine Nazis, let me tell you.
Look.
You were reading a book about them.
I think the situation here is we were supposed to hand her over, at least Linder, to one of these factions that can help figure it out. So that's the question here. That's why we were going to ask her. So
She decides.
everybody lay their case out and let's see what happens.
Robin, I must warn you though. Life is not as simple as good guy, bad guy. There is in between gray area. There are many.
I know.
You know?
Grabs your hand, pats it, like she's talking to a senile old lady. This kind of thing must happen a lot. I'm a street rat, Grandma.
No,
I know all about the world.
darling, there's things not human out there as well.
Yeah, I know. Like her, points at Kiliak.
Da. Like Snow White, yeah.
You!
Like Bush. Not sure about Macintosh. I also like saying his name.
Yeah, it's like an apple. I'm hungry.
Da. We must feed. Where is the foods for the little one? Ah, forget. I cook. I'd go in the kitchen. And she just kind of gets up and scuffles off to where she tries to find the kitchen.
Macintosh actually has a surprising variety of specialty meats and spices and different kinds of noodles and rice and sauces. The man's apparently a cook.
I'll
Mumbling
will-
in Russian about something, though.
You look over in the corner and there's a meat smoker there with a pipe going outside of the building to the wall.
Oh yeah, I gotta check my
Nice.
meats.
What kind of meat
We
you got
have
over
the
there?
meats.
Let's see. We got some sausage, pork roast, whole chicken. Anyway, what? Wait. Yeah. Anyway, I'll whip us up a salad and some meats or something.
No,
I gotta
I will
pee.
cook. So, oh my goodness, your name will be the death of me. Pale one, you are female, yes?
Maybe.
You take Robin to the bathroom.
Grabs a chunk of skin, stretches. This part is.
Wait, how old is this girl again?
Like 16?
16.
16?
Yeah.
I'm not willing to
Babushka
be a
is just kind of
babysitter.
concerned. She just wants to make sure there's no one else is doing anything weird. So if something happens to Robin, she knows who to blame.
Robin pipes up. Or I could just go in by myself.
Somebody just watch her for a moment.
Oh, I'm sure
Not
that
watching.
Babushka.
Stay outside door.
I'm sure that Babushka wants me away so that the grown-ups can have some talk time. Why don't we oblige her?
If I can pee, I don't care. Those two are now busy unstrapping Robin and letting Robin use the bathroom.
And I stay close to the door, just like keep anybody from going in or anything like that. I listen. Mostly, I'm like wise to her. Like she's a 16-year-old kid. Like she might be really weirded out by what's going on. I'm like anticipating that she might try to like climb out a window or something. So Benji's just kind of like bending an ear in that direction, just trying to listen to what she's trying to do in there. If she's stalling for time or something like that.
Donovan looks at this situation and realizes that way too much attention and focus is given to a 16-year-old girl using the bathroom, and exit stage left to go out on the balcony. I'm just like, yeah, I don't need to be waiting for this. I'm just gonna go out. I'm gonna go out on the balcony.
Babushka's just feeling a little overprotective at the moment. That's all.
You could go
She's
in the
not
kitchen.
normally like
Just woke
this.
up from a coma, essentially.
Macintosh and the Russian lady are cooking. There's a lot going
Nah,
on in there that doesn't involve bathrooms.
No, I'm gonna go on the balcony. I'm gonna pull out my phone and a cigar, and I'm going to text Mesa, make sure, because I just realized that would I have remembered that's why I initially went to the library.
Oh, that was a question. I thought you said I had remembered.
Yes.
I apologize.
No. Would
Yes,
I
but
remember?
the text that came from the library was from the Nazi reality.
Right, but I remember. I am now remembering. Like, oh wait, this whole thing started because I was told to come here. So I'm gonna go out on the balcony. I'm just gonna text her and it's just one word, or yeah, just one word. Safe? Question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Takes about 3 minutes, but you get a selfie of her and your least favorite person having dinner at a fancy restaurant.
I like very angrily hit the screen button, and like the screen cracks a little bit with how hard I'm gripping it. I don't even realize. And I bite the end off the cigar, light it.
There goes another one.
I turn back around, so I'm looking back inside. I imagine it's a sliding glass door that leads out to the balcony. I'm gonna wait until I see Keliak.
What you see is Grandma and Macintosh absorbed in cooking. Benji's just kind of staring at the kitchen with this longing look on his face. He's got the olfactory senses of a werewolf, and that kitchen smells amazing. They're baking fresh bread to go with the soup that Grandma's making, and the meat and the sausage that Macintosh is preparing. And like a full 15 minutes pass, and you're about to be like, I better say something when the bathroom door finally opens, Father. And Keliak steps out, and then Robin steps out, looking as much as like Keliak as possible. She straightened her hair. It was curly. It's been dyed white. She's got like fake long nails on that she filed and sharpened. She's got those 2 backpacks that she carries around with her everywhere that she brings back out of the bathroom. It's probably all her clothes and stuff.
Nice.
She's got like a shawl. It looks like it was supposed to be a shawl, probably from Grandma, that she's turned into the head wrap that Keliak wears.
Oh my god.
Didn't take long. I guess we're gonna eat first and then we'll talk later.
We can talk over dinner.
Duh.
Yeah,
Make
sure.
some solyanka.
Okay.
It is good. It have food on your stomach. It's good for thinking.
I can't disagree with that, Abuela.
That explains Benji. He must be hangry.
Mm-hmm.
What is hungry?
Daggers.
Robin laughs way too much.
I'm not quite understanding. What is this hungry?
It's like
It's,
you when you haven't fed any people for like a week.
You see, when your blood sugar drops significantly, you start. Okay, never mind.
There's sugar in your blood, Grandma? Never asked that.
I don't know. My Deska had the diabetes.
She eats like she's starving. The food is very good.
Good. Hatch out.
So, little Matryoshka doll, how did you know that we were monsters?
Grandma's a vampire. I've seen her feed on people. She tried not to tell me for a long time, but, I follow her around. I'm real sneaky.
It is not pleasant when Grandma feeds. Babushka makes a big mess.
I don't know. I can just see you.
Oh,
Can't help your nature.
you can see us. Hmm?
No, just you. Them, they're just people. Boring men. Men are boring.
How?
Yes, we're very boring.
Can't argue that.
You should stay away from men for a very long time.
That's fine. Women are better anyway.
I agree.
Agreed.
You see all of me. Do you?
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Interesting. Suppose we'll have to learn a little bit more about you before we decide.
Says something indiscernible because shoved an entire breadstick in mouth first.
Charming.
I teach you have better manners than this. Oh,
Says something else indiscernible. 15 minutes later, she's had 3 helpings and is sound asleep in Grandma's lap. With her head in Grandma's lap.
Oh, there goes asking her what she wants to do with her life. Literally.
we can
Well,
ask her. when
you
she
can't
wakes
use
up.
her as bait anymore. Most of your options are off the table for the girl now. Because everything's normal. Apparently, she's not infected anymore.
She's not infected anymore?
The world is normal. When Kaliak said everything's normal outside, the Nazi reality is gone.
Oh, right. No matter where she was, there would have been Nazis. That's right.
Not anymore. She woke up and everything was normal.
What in my house is infected? Is there anything out of place? Anything
No.
weird? No.
I'd like to see if the girl is a changeling or possibly something else.
No, and you don't sense the infection anymore. That only you can sense when something's not right nearby. You get nothing in the radius of your power. Just about a block or two.
There may be a problem.
What problem?
The infection, as it were, may have moved on.
Or maybe it was never the girl.
Crap.
Or it was never the girl.
But the Nazis followed the girl. Like, we walked into the bubble. So, did we leave something behind?
At the library, yeah.
But
I
the bubble
destroyed
followed
the
her to
book.
the hospital, didn't it?
Yep.
Did we leave book behind?
It's
Yeah, you
not
burned-
the book.
Kaliak burned it.
This all
This-
started with a piece of artwork, but that was the first thing to change.
The book was the first thing to change. The artwork was the first thing you noticed in the building.
Like she was in the back of my ambulance the entire run from the library to the hospital. Everything was the same for us. It wasn't until you people showed up that stuff started changing around me all of a sudden.
We have to go back.
You're the EMT, Benji. Please make medicine plus intelligence roll
All right. T.
to make an allegory.
Intelligence. Yeah. Medicine. There we are.
Should be under knowledges. Might be first aid. Can't remember.
Oh, I got 2 successes. Both of them 10s. Nice.
Nice. You think to yourself, when you get the flu from the infected person. Then you go home with the flu for a while, and then the flu goes away.
Yeah.
Wait,
You
is
get the
she-
reality bubble from the infected thing, and then you leave, and you have the reality bubble until the reality bubble goes away, because your antibodies fought the reality bubble off.
so
Change
does
in
she-
reality is a symptom. Like a fever.
So she fought it off? She's cured?
That's what it sounds like.
That's what Benji's thinking and saying out loud through my mouth.
What if we just got a sample of her blood?
You think it's really as simple as that?
I don't know.
You do not, Benji. You do not think this is bloodborne.
Huh.
But you're no expert. I'm just telling you because it's you I was focusing on.
If you can try that, I don't think science
I mean-
applies to something like this.
All right, so is it spiritual? Is it soul? Like, what did it corrupt? What's different about her? Other than blonde hair now.
Different about you after you get better from the flu.
And she would have antibodies.
Maybe it's something with her. But what do we know about her exactly?
Everyone looks at Grandma.
What is question, Grandma? Grandma's hearing is not so good, darling.
They want to know everything about the girl. So in other words, you can regale them with your backstory for her tragic life and how you ran into her, and anything you want to make up details about her.
Oh. Robin, I've known Robin for several years now. Since she was still in middle school, as they say here in America. Which is weird concept. Babushka no understand. She frequent neighborhood where I stay. Frequently getting in trouble and playing with stray dogs and cats. Her mother is not so good. with the drugs. And as the kids say, the no snow. She has
where
bad
was she?
sniffles.
So where was she before she went to the library?
She was supposed to be in school.
But don't we know that it jumped from the book to her? Was that the logic?
It is the logic you're following, yes.
So it was never her until the book, right?
As far as you know.
So we have to contact trace the book that we burned.
Wait a minute. What if it wasn't the book? What if she contracted it elsewhere, whatever this is, and then brought it to the library? We don't know for certain that the book. It could just be the symptom. It may not necessarily be the cause.
No, we were tracking the book. We thought it was the book, and then it went with her in the ambulance, and it followed her to the hospital. So maybe whoever checked out the book before, or whoever touched the book before. Unfortunately, it's now a pile of ashes, probably swept away by a janitor and dumped in a dumpster somewhere.
Actually, there was a scene involving that. When the Nazi you were trying to punch that was 50 times bigger than you, Macintosh, turned normal again, he saw the book on the floor and you and him had a word about it. He sighed and picked it up and walked off with it, and that's the last time you saw him. It was partially burned.
Oh. So...
And yes, either of those could be correct, though that you don't know. Did she pick it up somewhere else and the book was just how it manifested, or was it the book? You don't know. It could be either.
Wait, didn't she have the pamphlet for thing, the group?
One of the factions, yep, which is another thing you haven't dealt with. You haven't decided which faction to contact, or if you want to, go visit all of them and see what they offer you and pick or how you want to deal with it. Also, speaking of factions, they might be able to help you narrow down your problem with Robin. They probably know more than you.
Undoubtedly.
Perhaps this place is where she picked it up.
Possible, but I think I liked what the Geist was saying. I think we should go with her.
Yeah.
Improving.
He kneels down close to Robin. So, Robin, do you remember coming into contact with anybody before you went to the library? Did anything strange happen to you before you went to the library?
Because she's passed out in Grandma's lap.
Oh, she's passed out. Okay, never mind. I still say she gets a say.
I agree. Robin is old enough to make decision. She is adult.
Well, the girl's not necessarily concerned now. We just need to talk to these people. Worst case, they just do a scan of her or something and find out what she's got that's fighting off this thing.
Yeah, the more information we have about this, the better we can combat it. Whatever it is. We need to know if it's contagious, how is it contagious, how it can pass from one person to another. These are important details we need to know before we do anything. Before we go fishing, as the father likes to put it.
I feel like the guy was looking for information. Information's what we need. We don't need our hearts cured by a bunch of priests or whatever. You definitely don't need to go talk to vampires. No offense, the local company.
No, you're not wrong. The prince, he is... What is word?
Asshole?
Powerful asshole?
Also that. He is very, how do you say, one-track mind?
Right.
He finds something, he focus.
Not necessarily a bad thing in this situation.
Oh,
Then
I
again-
know that this is contagious. It's how I ended up here. With you. In this horrible plane of existence.
Well, tell us how you really feel.
So I know what I saw what you are, lady, but I don't know what you are.
Oh.
Like, what are you?
Let me enlighten you a little. I'm a changeling. A fae. You know, not Tinkerbell, but the things that will follow you when you step into the woods. The things that will talk you around in circles and then leave you without an answer. No matter what questions you ask.
You beat Tinkerbell. I got it. Okay.
Hey Tyler, it just occurred to me, if I call Baptiste, does he answer? Like, is he still lost?
That was real in both realities. Baptiste disappeared shortly after Reese.
Oh, okay. So I got a missing priest too.
Voodoo priest, yeah.
Voodoo priest, nice.
The difference is you don't know what happened to Baptiste. He was following leads to the library. Reese was kidnapped. It happened at his place. He had a security camera. The footage was all messed up. Something very supernatural and weird happened. He was definitely kidnapped.
Oh, well, that's kind of important to know. Is that serious and related to everything that's going on?
Bring it up, see what happens.
So, got a friend, kind of like you, Spider Girl.
Oh, I doubt it.
What, that you're a Spider Girl or that I have a friend?
Oh no,
Both?
I'm definitely a spider girl.
Look, I don't
Iliak
keep-
opens her mouth and her tongue goes down to her chin and a spider crawls out. Just a small one.
yeah,
and
that's
then
gross. Anyway,
He scrapes her tongue against her teeth and bites down on it.
gross. So yeah. Anyway,
The
I got
blood
a
is
friend.
silver.
That's even grosser. Could do just hands her a napkin, like just. Anyway, I got a missing friend, changeling, cool guy, cool dude. They were kidnapped, and there's footage, and I think it might be related because now I got a missing voodoo priest as well. Researching at the library, but
It's
he's
on
not
your cell
there.
phone, the footage.
Oh, I show them the footage then, just like this is what happened.
It's Reese Kiliak being picked up by Mab's courtiers.
Oh. I'm somewhat familiar with that one.
Great.
Oh, you're not getting him back.
Why?
Oh, he's with his keeper now. And she won't let him go.
Does this involve going beyond the hedge and all that fun stuff?
Oh, certainly it does.
All right, I'm gonna go get the flamethrower. I'll be right back.
That's not how that works. The hedge will tear you apart.
Comes back, sets the flamethrower down. So yeah.
Remember, Macintosh, you know a guy who tried to go after a friend in the hedge who was taken all the way to Arcadia. He wears tinfoil hats now. It doesn't know what a smartphone is or how to turn it on.
Right. That's why I got the flamethrower.
He had a flamethrower too.
All right. So we're not doing that today. All right, look. So we'll deal with that later, I guess. It's more important things this contagion. So we got to figure out which one of these groups we're going to talk to. The hippy dippy
Actually-
pamphlet. What?
Oh, nothing.
So that's a new twist on this. One, you can talk to all of them. It doesn't mean you're beholden. Two, Kiliak is implying that some kind of extremely powerful ancient being took your friend. Maybe other extremely powerful ancient beings might be able to help you.
Like who?
I don't know. Prince of Chicago comes to mind.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Kiliak, you were...
And or his faction.
I don't want to talk to vampires today. Kiliak, you're about to say something. You can't just do that. You can't just like put something out there and be like, oh no, can't do it.
Oh, can't I?
No. It's rude. It's also annoying.
Oh, what would be worth it to hear what I had to say?
I don't know.
Don't make
$20.
it. She is fairy.
The grandma
Fairies
cooks you dinner.
for everything. They're worse than humans.
Grandma cooked you dinner. The best thing you can do is just, not be rude. We saved your life
I'm not
jointly.
rude, and no one saved my life. There's just different rules to being a fae.
If you want to make her pay, throw a bag of rice on the floor. See how she'll like.
Do you have a big bag of rice?
I can do that too.
Seems like a waste of good food.
It does.
It make good for entertainment though.
It's last resort.
Besides, rice isn't my weakness. But go ahead and think that if you like.
I got some raid under the counter.
Habichuela, that's my weakness, that's for sure.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Stop being creepy. So, if you can help it. Yeah, we got to figure out these factions, and we're going to talk about Reese later. And so, anyway, yeah,
Every must talk to Prince. I will do so.
I suppose we could hear him out, even though he's an a-hole.
Oh, I wouldn't mind talking to him. He looked delicious.
Wow.
Hey, Macintosh,
Yeah.
your cell phone rings.
Oh, cool. I pick it up.
The ringtone is A. It's a specific ringtone. You pick it up and say hello.
Hello.
You motherfucker. Fucking Macintosh motherfucker. You go over here talking to the goddamn prince and you didn't fucking call me?
I don't ever call you, because...
Oh, look at me. I'm fucking Macintosh. I'm all about unions and friends and working together and shit. And then I don't call nobody. Get your shit together, man. What are you doing?
It's been a busy day. Why are you calling me?
Because you talked to the goddamn prince and you didn't fucking call me.
That's literally why you called me?
Shit gets around, man. You're making waves.
Okay, so I talked
This
to
is
him.
the sheriff of the city, by the way. You might not like him, but he does have a lot of pull and he knows everybody. He's a mate guy, eh?
So I
Not a
talked
thing.
to him. Are you good now? I might need to talk to him again.
Okay, well, you want to talk to him, you throw me a line, man. I can help you out. I can set up a meeting if you want. What's going on?
I literally just said I need to talk to him again.
I understand that. What I'm asking you is what's going on that you're over here coming into my turf talking to the prince?
He actually
that ain't
approached
like
me.
you, Macintosh. That ain't your scene.
He approached me, didn't go nowhere, didn't go seeking him out. He approached me.
He approached
Anyway.
you.
Yeah, he came looking for me and 5 other people. Anyway,
Furio's for like 15 seconds, just kind of to himself about that. Just like, the fuck, the shit is that's going on over there? The fuck is he doing? The thing with the place? What the place did he go to take you? What?
this'll be a minute. Yeah. Anyway,
So nothing you want to ask me about or see if I know anything about?
do you know anything about Nazis in a library?
Nazis in a library? I don't know, like, shit, what's that one book with the Nazis where it's like the past isn't quite the past, but it's the future?
Yeah. So look, all right, look, there might be a thing going around, like a bug, like an infection.
Like one of them locusts?
No, not a plague. An infection, contagion, something that like infects people and
Hold on,
causes.
is it a bug or is it a disease?
Jesus Christ, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so look, there's a thing going around that warps reality. Nazi showed up. I punched him. It was great. It was fun. Anyway,
You have to punch a fucking Nazi?
yeah, I punched a fucking Nazi today and talked to your boss. Are you happy now?
A little bit, yeah.
All right.
Mention the faction, Macintosh.
Which faction was that?
In Discord.
Oh, so you ever heard of Nafalgar's army?
What the fuck you got going on with that?
Just they might have some information I might need to figure things out.
Shit, man, that's some deep ass shit right there. Look, between me and yous, right?
Right.
You're trying to go to the prince about the army? He ain't gonna have all the information for you, okay?
All right, that's fine. Maybe he has a clue, or is it even worth?
He's worth talking to. He knows.
Right.
He knows a lot of shit, right? I'm just letting you know. You're not going to the top. Usually, when you go to the prince of an area, that's the top. He ain't the leader of that shit. There's something above him.
All right, where's the top?
Fuck if I know, man. I'm letting you know that you can't see the top of the mountain. I'm letting you know that there's like a hill, and then there's like a plateau, and you think you're at the top, right? But you got to get that climbing gear, and you got to get them fucking hooks up in the rocks so that you can pull your ass up to the peak. All right? I'm letting you know that you need to bring extra rope. The prince ain't the leader. There's something above him. There's some dark, spooky shit, man. That's some spooky woo motherfucker right there.
Okay. Cool. So we're gonna go talk to the prince then, but we're gonna bring some rope. Is that what I'm understanding?
Oh shit! Yep, that's it. Good shit. Good luck, man. I gotta go. Bada peace. Bada bing. Click.
And right before the phone hangs up, you hear screeching tires, machine gun fire, and screaming civilians. And then the phone hangs up.
That checks out. All right. So apparently, the vampire boss is not the boss of the thing. So, but he might know who to talk to. But we need to bring something extra, some rope, maybe probably some extra information. We ain't giving him the girl though. That's for damn sure.
I say wake her up and ask her what she wants to do. We can, based on what she decides, once she has all the information, then we can go with Ghost Girl or Vampire Asshole or Padre or whatever.
I agree.
Right.
This sounds like a good idea.
So,
So suddenly all the cards are back on the table. Everyone's fine with every faction now.
I mean,
No, we're not fine. We're looking for answers. There's difference.
just saying, the pamphlet's a little weird. The vampire boss might know something because he knows everything, because he's got his little pointy fingers and everything. But I still think we should talk to the Geist and their people.
As long as my little one is safe, I'm fine.
Right. I'm gonna get some pillows and sheets. You guys can crash here wherever you want. It's a couple sofas.
Do you have a nice closet?
You have a panic
No
room that
windows?
has no windows.
Yeah. There's a panic room with no windows. Let me show you.
I'll
This-
be going home.
Why? How do we call you? How do we get you? You're the only one that can smell this shit. So it might be useful having you around so we don't end up shooting EMTs. Kind of keep us sane.
He pulls
Also,
out.
this guy has a connection to Reese. You might be able to exploit that.
Counts is real comfy.
Kiliak pulls out the cheapest, most simple flip phone you have ever seen. It's modern.
It's a grandma one, you know, the ones with the oversized numbers.
Even grandma won't touch that one. It is devil.
It's technology. It is the devil.
Exactly.
Here. And she hands it to Macintosh rather brusquely, and she says, "Go ahead. The number is under my name." I don't have it memorized.
You don't know your own phone number? That's okay. I don't either.
You take the phone and you flip it open, and you're like, "Ow, shit!" Poked you like it's got thorns, but it's just a smooth plastic phone.
That's messed up. Anyway, I put her phone in my phone.
The name in there is not Kellyak.
Okay, what's
the name in there, Kellyak? Because your roommate programmed this phone.
Kelly.
Are you sure?
Even spelled it with an I. That's cute.
Yep,
all right.
K and an I with a little heart before it and a little heart after it.
I literally put that in my phone that way. With like hearts, but there's also spiders all around it too.
Cobwebs.
Yeah, cobweb.
Black
emoji.
hearts.
You pick the ringtone in your phone, and it's the ringtone of
Yeah, I don't see him.
Hush, Little Children. Adam's Family, you were close, yes.
Does anyone else want the number for this infernal thing?
I'll pass it around.
Oh, are we all swapping digits?
What is digits? Babushka has landline.
It's okay, we'll use smoke signals for you.
I'm off the grid, but I have a pager.
I apologize. Come, Little Children, not Hush, Little Children, from Hocus Pocus.
Oh. All right, so I go to bed. They can crash, and then we'll get up the next twilight, I guess.
There's no full daylight here, so yeah. Even the vampire can follow your circadian rhythm if she so chooses. So, what's your plan of attack in the morning after you have bacon, eggs, and blood?
I guess we'll blood sausages. Funny.
No, but Babushka will go hunting in your alley.
Just don't leave the bodies around the building. It's a very nice neighborhood.
I will take rats. It is fine.
Great. There's actually a rat problem. I would imagine the next day we would at least go bother the vampire prince first, since he has a direct connection. And then if anybody wants to go talk to the other factions, we can do that.
You could also split up and go individually or in pairs. It's completely up to the party.
That's
Who's going to dump the exposition on Robin? Exactly.
Oh yeah, where would Robin go with this? I guess it's up to Robin. Robin's their own person. I'll tell her in the morning we're gonna go see a vampire prince. Want to go?
I'm 1,000% sure Robin will do anything that Kellyak says.
Probably. I just
Enthusiastically will do what Kellyak says, and reluctantly will do what Grandma says. Yes. Like any teenager.
Right.
Yes.
Let's kind of
At
figure
the end of the
we
day,
should give
though,
her a chance.
At the end of the day, though, it would really come down to Grandma if you wanted to pressure her. So, what exactly are you going to say to her?
I know.
Mac?
Nice. I know she would want to be as honest as possible and to give this girl as much information as possible to make her own decision. But Katiana will also be very pushing on the fact that she needs to be kept safe and away from harm. Katiana is very much the mother and will full on go mama bear and will essentially override her instincts and her loyalty to the masquerade and the vampires to keep Robin safe.
15 minutes
Robin,
later.
Yeah.
Slow blink. Yeah, I don't know what any of that meant. Reality bubbles and ancient monsters and diseases that infect reality? That's a weird sci-fi movie. Have you been drinking alcoholic blood again, Grandma?
It was the one time. The one time!
You literally had a beauty makeout session with a freaking spider chick the other day, and you're debating whether or not there's a contagion that can alter reality.
Spider Lady's much more believable than altering reality with a disease. Yes. I like your hat too, by the way.
Thanks.
But I trust Grandma, so I mean, if you're asking me, I want to see a bunch of really rich vampires in their cool penthouses. Maybe they have like cool stuff they'll let me take.
Don't touch
Plus,
anything.
Don't pulls out the crumpled pamphlet. These guys seem cool.
Yeah, but they sound really hippie. Like, were they hippie?
I don't know what hippie means, but they do seem like they're really woke about the state of the world. Yes.
What is woke?
Nobody's got time to explain that. All right.
Oh
As
dear.
for these other ones, I don't really care about church. Church is dumb. God isn't real.
Great.
But
Oh, okay. Hold on now.
She's
Well,
not wrong.
your God isn't real. I'm pretty sure
She's
these
not.
other ones
She's
are.
not. She's not completely wrong. She's just a little wrong.
And then she says in response to the other faction, and yeah, meeting a dead hacker chick does seem cool.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go talk to her after I talk to the vampire prince. So, you know.
So
Whatever.
she just gave you her order of priority. Rich vampires, hippies, dead hacker girl, church last.
I don't want to talk to hippies.
We don't talk to hippies.
It was your idea to do what the girl said.
All right. Fine. Does anybody want to split up these duties, or do we all just want to go along and have a nice lunch together?
We should bring them all in one place. That way we limit how many people can become infected with whatever it is that she has. If she has any
That's
Any
not
of
going to
it's still
happen. I can tell you
residually-
that now to save you 10 minutes of scene time.
What's
These
that?
factions will not all sit down at the same table.
Oh, no. I was just saying, like, on the way, we can have a nice lunch. You know?
Oh no, Eric was recommending bring all the factions together for the meeting. They will not do that.
Oh.
Oh. Well, the idea being that we don't want to like shop her around town, and it's like, hey, you're contagious, right? Well, let's go here, and while we're at it, let's stop at McDonald's, and I use the same bathroom as somebody else, and now they're infected too. Wee, like.
Well, they all know about the girl anyway, so even if we just bring her around, I don't see that they just don't get to touch her. Like,
Plus,
not-
none of you are infected, nor is anyone else in the building. She just spent 8 hours in,
yeah,
Right.
10
so
hours in.
she's fine. At best, she has something inside of her that can possibly lead us to figure out what this thing is. So, if we just go talk to everyone,
This sounds like good idea.
we'll get cheesesteaks for lunch. Then we'll like go downtown. We'll have some soft pretzels for like a light snack after we talk to some other people. And then for dinner, we can hit up, how's everybody feel about Mexican?
I don't like Mexican. Their blood is sweet.
Not talking about people.
Oh,
I'm never talking about people. I'm just going to establish that when I'm talking about eating, I'm never talking about people. Unless I'm
I
talking about
cannot-
somebody eating people.
I cannot eat the foods. It gives me indigestion.
Let's not talk about eating people, okay?
Right?
There's nothing wrong with eating people if they deserve it.
Benji doesn't like eating people.
Just don't do it.
Okay, I am sorry, Benji.
All right, let's do this as quickly as we can, okay? Let's try to limit how much contact she has with other people. Let's try to be smart about this.
Call up Kelly.
So,
Oh no!
Here's our itinerary.
there's a monkey wrench in your plan.
What's that?
You call the prince and you get the prince's secretary who sets you up an appointment for 6 p.m., his first appointment of the day.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hmm.
I call Furio. Even though
Oh,
I
no.
don't want to.
Furio is like, you got the first appointment of the day you called? Fucking Furio's for 20 seconds.
I hang up on him. So I break it to Robin that we're not gonna be able to talk to the vampire first thing today, and that would she like?
Well,
to
yeah,
go?
because you got to talk to him after dark. It's vampire, duh.
It never is sun shining out here. I don't understand why they still adhere. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Because it's sexy.
I'm olding. Anyway, so fine. Let's go talk to the pamphlet people. Let's get the hippies over with.
They don't require appointments. You can just show up at their. You don't know what it is. It's an address. You're all heading there first.
I'll kind of pull Kaliak aside and be like, I don't really have any ambition to talk to these weirdos. I could go for a proper feeding though. You?
Oh, why, Father? I never thought you'd ask.
I knew you were the girl for the job.
All right, whatever you guys do, just wash your hands for 20 seconds, after you're done. Just, ugh.
Don't be gross. How are we getting to, or how are we traveling exactly? Are we just like hopping in an ambulance or Macintosh's minivan, or?
Each of you, except for Kiliak and Grandma, have a car.
I mean, I'm sure I drive like an SUV or something.
Macintosh has a Jeep Cherokee, an old one. It's got like 150,000 miles on this engine. The Jeep itself, is a $500,000. He's impressed with himself and talks about it for like 5 minutes. Benji, you have a Kia Soul because you're an economical person. It's good for the environment.
Yeah.
Or an electric car if you prefer.
Sure. Yeah, I'll go with the
Or a hybrid. Father over there, you're all expecting him to pull out the church van, but it's a this year thing's only like 3 months old Dodge Charger jet black with some accessories on the outside.
I know a guy who knows a guy who. I know a guy who knows a guy who has a secret.
V12.
All right, I'll jump in my Prius. I'll follow the caravan to the. I guess the first place that we're going to. Who's riding with, or who's Robin riding with exactly? I'm assuming she's going with Grandma.
Grandma.
Okay.
Got a Prius. Good for sneaking up on motherfuckers.
After a 5-minute argument where she tries to go with Kiliak, she follows Grandma.
God, this is not going to end well. All right, proceed.
So it's up to Grandma who she rides with. Robin's like, I want to go in the Charger, Grandma, please. Looks at the Prius. That car's boring.
That's true.
If
You're
I am
muted.
not
There we go.
mistaken, they're getting their own lunch. You don't
Charger-
need to see that.
The Charger does have a really big back seat, Grandma.
I don't.
And fully
think
tinted
she'll-
windows.
I don't think she'll be wanting to come with us. A little bit scarring.
Perhaps next time.
So which of the two vehicles do you make her get in? The boring Prius or the Jeep she doesn't care about?
The Prius.
Imagine he's surprised.
In that case,
It's
she
like,
will not complain about how the back of the Jeep smells like her grandpa.
I have
Meaning
a CD
tools and
player.
Resemble that remark.
I'll
It
put
does
the
smell like
radio
tools
on.
and oil in the back of your Jeep. You're union worker.
I got a tax refund for this one.
Oh yeah, he's a welder. That's right.
Mhm, You
A
went
manual
with
welder.
manual labor, like pure 70s
Right.
style union worker, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're in the Prius, which smells like lavender because he has 2 lavender things hanging from the rearview mirror. Little trees.
He'll put on the radio and like try to find the pop station or something, and like
Oh God, is
this
it?
has
Is
a-
it?
I have a 6 CD changer. If, okay, I'm gonna start driving now.
She reaches in her bag and hands you a CD.
Holy
Put it
shit! She
in.
has a CD.
She looks
That's
like she has a
impressive.
bunch of them, yeah.
Yes, I bought her one day for Christmas.
Well, if they're all going in the Prius, why would I don't see a reason to drive separately. So
No, you could go in the Prius, yeah.
Yeah,
There is room, yes.
But I'm
You
in the
put the
front
CD
seat.
in the CD player.
Yeah. What are we listening to all the way
Nine
to?
Inch Nails classic album from the late 90s.
Ah, cool.
He reaches across the two of you in the front seat and turns the volume up.
I just like reach my hand back and like fist bump her.
What is this garbage?
Hey.
Out of character, I love Nine Inch Nails, but
But no grandma ever would. That is correct.
Yes. Hey, Benji makes this motion like this. Just let it happen.
At least not.
Drives
Well, I don't
the
know.
rest away.
Grandma could these days. Yeah.
I wanna F you like an animal. Oh my god.
No. Older than that.
Oh god. Okay. Wow.
I am very of the confusion. What is this? It sounds. What are they screaming? I don't understand.
I don't know. Well, it's, for my time, I guess. Where are we going,
This
Mac?
is music.
So you pull up 15 minutes later, back towards the downtown district, just on the outside of it, where the businesses are still nice, but not as nice as the Magnificent Mile. And you pull up in a strip mall, a really nice strip mall, but still a strip mall. And the building on the far end is the one you want. So you go and park in front of what appears to be a yoga studio. You can see through the giant plate glass windows a bunch of moms in yoga pants doing yoga poses, and even a few dads. And one kid.
I feed the meter while they get out of the car.
Seriously, yoga?
The instructor is a guy, and he is like 6.5 feet tall. His muscles have muscles, and he has an epic braided beard.
Oh boy. All right.
And long silky hippie hair.
Hey, your yoga instructor today shall be Fabio. He opens up the door, waits for these people.
Fabio with a
come
good
inside.
beard, basically, yeah.
I like the Fabio. He has long, gorgeous, golden blonde hair.
Just gonna suggest don't eat hippies.
I do
Don't.
wonder though, what happened to Fabio? He make the butter quite interesting.
Are we waiting for somebody to leave here, or are we going in?
No, it's just the three of you. 4 of you.
Yeah, I would just go in and like, is there any obvious signs related to the pamphlet or no?
Other than the building name is correct, and the picture of the inside is correct, the decorations on the walls, they're all very much pro-planet, very much or anti-emissions. No, like there's no.
This place.
The people on the pamphlet are probably just generic people from Photoshop, from Adobe stock or something. As far as what the building's like, I don't know. You'd have to either pull out your powers or look at your compatriots and say, do that spooky woo shit you do. Or just go in.
This is public place, huh?
Yep.
I do not need the invite.
Anybody getting a vibe from this place other than the obvious?
Aside from the muscle-bound guy over here, it looks okay. Doesn't look too shady to me.
You haven't actually looked yet, Benji. Not really looked.
I take a peek. I look at the walls. I'm like, hey, I have that poster in my
No.
place.
You haven't really looked.
Oh. Okay.
You can all look at supernatural things, even if you can only see your own kind. But you have to declare you're doing it.
Barbushka would like to look.
Okay, go ahead and roll. You might have something on your sheet specific. Hold on. For you, Benji, it's perception plus alertness plus primal urge.
Alertness. Which one is it again? I'm sorry.
Nope, it's not alertness in this one. I apologize. It's perception plus wits plus primal urge.
Perception. Got it. Okay. There we go.
You can spend a point to Vitae, Grandma, and only use Protean to use Anomalies to see what you would see from a feral perspective first, and then you can actually use your acute senses merit to see what you can suss out otherwise. By the way, your Vitae is maxed out at 10 because you ate rats.
That's weird.
So we'll do Grandma first since Grandma asked.
All right.
Okay, so I use one, and how do I roll that?
You don't have to for that one, it just works. If
Okay.
anything that it can sense is in the building, it's sensible.
Cool. And then you said acute senses also?
Yeah, that one, if you don't find anything. It's Protean, which we're looking up right now.
Okay, I've got one in that. And do I find anything?
You have 2 dots in Protean, right?
Yes, I have 2 dots in protein. One in
And you
acute
don't-
sense.
Okay.
If it helps, I
So-
have 2 in investigation.
There's a lot of things you can do with Protean, but in this instance, the 2 that are important is you can manifest a small host of bestial traits, including extra senses, like growing an extrasensory organ to get tremor sense or echolocation or something for a scene. Or, in this case, feral sense, it's the hawk's eyes or a dog's sense of smell or something similar to that. So in this case, you can turn on feral sense that lets you sniff out other predators.
Ooh, yes, I want to do that one.
And you can describe how that manifests because Protean makes you more animalistic.
Oh.
Okay, so you see Babushka as she is, and as she activates this power within her, you see that her face kind of like elongates almost in like her mouth kind of stretches a little bit. Her teeth take a very sharp. All of her teeth are sharp and canine. Her ears kind of like stretch a little bit and have pointed tips. Her eyes kind of like sink in further into her head. Her face just kind of like takes a weird canine almost like shape to it.
Mhm.
Her nails kind of get even longer. She just looks all like, am I really high right now? Like what is going on with Grandma? Kind of look. Her skin gets more pale, and her voice gets very very deep and raspy as she starts sniffing the air, and her tongue is very long and think oh geez,
Frontman of Kiss.
yes, thank you. I'm like, what's his name? I feel so bad. Thank you. Kind of like really long, like Jim Simmons like, and very kind of like almost like she's tasting the air with her tongue, and she's just sensing everything, and her voice is just really very deep and raspy. It doesn't even sound like her. She almost sounds like there's more than one voice speaking with her when she speaks.
Sorry, I was muted. Okay, Benji, I've got you hooked up. I forgot the way your sheet worked temporarily. I had a brain fail, but you're correctly lined up now. I've added your primal urges bonus
Bonus
die.
dice.
You're rolling wits plus animal kin.
Animal can. Oh.
Animal kin
okay.
to smell predators for your end, yes.
Interesting. All right. Cool.
Roll it.
Roll that sucker.
3 successes.
Wow.
Woohoo!
You both look at each other, and silent communication passes between the predators, and you realize the guy running that show is an alpha predator, but he's very zen and in control of it.
By alpha. Oh. Is he something resembling like Donovan?
Your primal urge is low, and you're new to this sort of thing, so you're like, definitely smells like a pack animal that would definitely be the leader of his pack, the alpha. even though that's a terrible concept, I know. Still, he's the pack leader. For the real reasons you'd be the pack leader of a predatory pack, it's really all you're getting. Grandma, on the other hand, looks right at you and says, "Smells like you, Benji."
Oh.
Smells like a wet dog.
Yes, it sounds. It
He's just like, oh, okay, and then he's
it
just kind of
tastes like very nasty. How do you say it? Like hot, wet vomit on top of.
Okay. Thanks.
That has been sitting in dumpster, and then cat pee all over. That's
Holy
what he
shit,
smell like.
Grandma! We got it. Damn. What?
Vampires are like werewolves.
He looks over at Robin and just like, is she always like this? Like,
Robin looks at you and says, "Grandma doesn't like dogs or wolves."
okay.
There is reason for this.
And you would know Macintosh as an experienced hunter. Vampires and werewolves are typically arch enemies. It's a very weird situation.
Right. Just
Benji,
Grandma
only
seems to be
dog
like,
I like. Benji
really-
is the only dog I like.
Get the animosity. He goes, he's like, okay, Mac, it looks like bearded Fabio in there. Some sort of a alpha beast monster thing. She thinks it might be something like me. I don't know.
So Macintosh pulls the door open and is then like, after you, Benji.
Sure. Okay. He steps through and, you know,
Confidence, man.
tries
Just
to not make eye contact and stuff. He's just
confidence.
kinda like,
Confidence. You should have confidence.
The four of you walk inside, and it's a movie TV drama moment where the instructor looks at all of you and locks eyes with Benji without looking away, says, "That's enough for today, class. See you tomorrow, thanks," and ushers them out without ever looking away from Benji.
Ooh.
And then we're going to jump over to you other two in the Dodge.
So, your way or my way?
Oh, I think they could work in tandem.
Aye.
What is it exactly that you feed on? It's confessions, right?
Let's just say that I get you to tell me your secrets, and then I go blab your secrets to the person you care about the most, and I watch your life get ruined, and it's quite delicious.
Wow, for a man of the cloth. That cloth sure is dirty.
Why do you think I became a man of the cloth? It's much easier to get secrets that way.
Fair. I can cause someone to be afraid or to feel so sad, and then feel the urge to repent or tell someone, I get what I want, you get what you want.
And exactly how is it that you feed, my dear?
Emotion. See, we're quite the pair.
We are. See, the great thing about me is I can watch you feed, and I get just as much satisfaction from it as you.
Oh, you like to watch.
Aye. So,
This should be
I
fun.
say we do it your way, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
There's a nice little bar down the street, right around the corner from the church. That's where I usually go.
I think that sounds ideal.
Great. And he'll take us to the broken keg. That's what I'm calling it.
You know, our hunter friend, his friend that I'm gonna call him Jack Frost. He could trigger sorrows. I mean, you could almost say that he and I are related, but
Oh, his the one on the phone, the one he's looking for.
yes. Reese.
You say he's gone. Just how gone is he?
Oh, he's back in Arcadia. For good. Let me put it this way. When you're human, and a fae takes a liking to you, they'll take you back for any particular reason to Arcadia and change you into a monster just like them. That's what happened to Reese. I was a special case. I was created out of cobwebs, spider legs, nightmares, and trauma.
All the dark things in the dark corners that have eyes. I like it.
Oh, yes.
By
You
this
give
time,
away-
you've gotten seated at a booth, and a very disturbed waitress has brought you drinks and menus, and is like over at the counter talking to someone else, and looking at the two of you and whispering, because you said this all out loud the whole way in while you sit down.
Sure.
The bar is only got a handful of people in it, and because it's a bar, everyone in here is a very depressing story because it's 11 a.m. Carry on with your conversation.
Oh,
So-
do you like the horror story I'm writing, sweetheart? You look a little disturbed. She says to the waitress.
Pale. Turns away, goes in the back.
So, this Reese fella, if I know you said to our friend Macintosh that he's gone, but if we were to somehow get him back, or at least something that resembles him, I feel like Macintosh would be quite indebted to us.
Oh. Perhaps, but I can find other ways of getting our hunter friend under contract.
Like what?
See, though, I've only just met you, and as fun as you are to hunt with, to talk with, I don't think I'll divulge that just yet.
That's fair.
To earn my trust a little more. So, who looks delicious to you?
I would like to look at the room with Kaliak and see if we could find someone that would feed it.
Everyone here fits that bill. Do you have a specific type, or do you just want to hear the menu?
I defer to Kaliak because just out of character. I'm not sure how it works for Kaliak's changeling, but basically whatever it needs to do to feed, as long as I'm there, I get like second degree feeding from it. I just have to be there and be witnessing it. So, kind of as a joint effort, I offer, hey, I'll let you do the primary feeding and I'll secondary feed off this, kind of to build trust in a relationship here. So whoever would look the most delicious to Kaliak.
Oh, that waitress looked rather sweet.
She's been serving here for about near 5 years, from what I've heard from her, and she knows my order. But, well, anyone can learn whiskey straight up.
Fairly said.
I will activate my alien allure atavism, as well as my just natural merit of striking looks, and I'm gonna get her to like legitimately just leave work with us. Like I don't care if she's in the middle of the shift. I'm just gonna kind of give her the let's go.
Need dice for that, or is that just an expenditure of fuel?
It's just all those things will bump up my salt. So I would still have to roll to convince her to come with us.
So you're gonna roll. Let me not cross the stream. Stand by. All of these sheets are slightly different. Okay, so for you, we're gonna roll manipulation. Plus subterfuge.
Okay.
Versus a difficulty of her willpower instead of the standard, which is 4.
What does an audience bonus give me?
It acts as a willpower point, so plus 2 dice or 3 dice to roll.
Okay, I'll do that. Plus the bonus I get from striking good looks is I get a +1 bonus on social rolls. That's another one. So I'm up to 4 bonus dice. And then alien allure. I'm aglow with false charm that adds to my actual behavior. I exude stimulating pheromones. I speak in honeyed and dulcet tones. And I can add my layered dots as bonus on social rolls, which looks or attractiveness could give me an edge. So I have 2 points in my layer, so that's another 2 dice. So I'm up to 6 bonus dice. Plus the 3 in manipulation, plus the 3 in subterfuge, I'm rolling 12 dice.
Please get more than 1 success. Don't be
I
Devin.
know, right? Roll, damn you. Do I need to click on something? Roll.
It might just be lagging a little bit.
We're going to suddenly get like 4 rolls here.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to try it one more time.
Okay.
Mm.
GM refresh in case it's me. Occasionally it is.
Pressing 10 again.
Yep, there. Oh, no. That wasn't me. I'm sorry. I scroll down.
All right.
Did you hit the R on the sheet? I think everybody has a little R on the...
I'm hitting the 10 again button.
That's a different roll.
It does the same thing, but try the R. Maybe the R will work right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the 10 against the fallback button. Fallback button's one's not working.
That one does not work either. Let me try refreshing.
Okay.
Stand by, audience. This will be worth it, I promise. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
There it
Hey,
is.
there we go.
All right. You succeed. She leaves with you. I was tempted to ask.
You got 3.
I was tempted to ask Tiffany to roleplay the NPC, but that would be mean. We're going to find out why in about 2 seconds.
So
okay.
it's very much. She comes over with my whiskey and whatever. I don't even know if we let if Kelly had the time to order. She sets it down, and it's just very much like, you're leaving now with us. It'll be a good time. And
She locks eyes with you, and she gets a big dopey smile on her face. She just stands there for a minute and says, "Okay, my shift's over in 5 minutes anyways." And then she notices a little spider fell off Kellyak on her hand, and she literally shrieks, and the whiskey glasses go in the air, and she jumps back, and the glasses shatter. She's like, "Oh, it's gone." Grabs your hand. "Let's go."
Thank you for not being mean.
She's terrified of spiders, Kellyak.
No.
Very quickly, just the 3 of us get in the car, and we're all in the back seat.
Also,
she's all enamored and excited because you get in and you shut the door, and then you're like looking into her eyes and touching her hair a little bit, and then Kellyak gets in and she's like, "What's going on?"
And I'm assuming she's in the middle. She'd be in the middle seat, and she's looking at me, and I'm just kind of like, "Oh, shh, it's okay." And I just look over at Kellyak, wink at her, and I forcibly grab her head and turn her around to look at Kellyak.
okay, out of character. Tiffany, remove your headphones for just a little while. I will send you a Discord message when I'm done, because I don't want you to have to deal with this.
For the audience, Tiffany has a real life major phobia of spiders.
I am full blasting this woman to be, face to face, inches away from Kellyak's face as this is about to happen.
Kellyak brings her fingernails up to her own face and claws down her cheek, and slowly blood starts to trickle out. And the waitress, who can't look away, sees spiders of every size, shape start crawling out of that cut, crawling in and out of Kellyak's nose, in and out of her mouth, in and out of her ears. And Kellyak opens her mouth, and spider webs just start to flow, not like a river, but strands, and they land on this woman, and out crawl more spiders down the web and across the woman. And as she's screaming, the spiders crawl in her own mouth, and she starts to feel things wriggling inside of her. Then all of a sudden it's gone. Oh. Did that scare you? I'm so sorry. Let me fix that. Kellyak goes to give her a big hug, and each of her fingers have the illusion of spider legs, and Kellyak opens her mouth wider than it ever should be, and out come these spider fangs, and they go to latch around this woman's throat. But Kellyak doesn't need meat. The woman just passes out in fear. Sweet dreams, sweetheart.
So, unfortunately for Patty, Kellyak did not tell him everything. So Kellyak, I'm going to need 2 rolls from you. First, I'm going to need you to roll, well, 3. I'm going to need you to roll manipulation plus subterfuge, and then I'm also going to need you to roll your glamour as a dice pool. If it's not selectable, roll it as bonus dice. And then I'm going to need you to roll your banality as a dice pool.
Sorry, Patty. Player did not think to give Patty a heads up.
So
It's
what's
okay.
happening is
I would want to do that. My character would want to do this anyway.
what's happening is you're unseelie, so you are harvesting the anger, but you're also ravaging the connection this girl has to Patty. You're destroying her. You're breaking the trust bond they have.
My bad.
You're performing both a ravage and run. That's what it's called, and a harvest of glamour.
Yeah. Out of character, should we let Tiffany know it's safe to come back now?
Yes,
Okay.
I'll do
I'm gonna
that. You
roll
can do the dice. We have resumed the dice rolls. Tiffany, you're safe.
Listen, I'm just gonna be straight up with you guys. I have no idea about what happened, but the hand motion? No. No. Mm-mm. Nope. I'm good.
Oh, sorry.
It was pretty
No,
good.
I greatly appreciate the
It made
helping?
Eric smile a little bit, and it made Sean make a disgusted face. That's how you know it was perfect.
I was just scrolling through spider
Oh.
gifs.
All right, so what was the first roll? That was
manipulation plus subterfuge.
okay.
One
Now
success.
you can roll glamour as a dice pool, and then banality as a dice pool, which is much smaller for good.
7. Yeah, it won't let me select. So how should I do this? 7. Not
Add
7
it as
d20s.
just add it. So add it as bonus dice in the upper right, but uncheck everything so it only rolls the bonus dice.
Okay. Oh yeah, that would be the logical thing.
Alternatively, you could. This is for all of you. You could just get up to the amount of dice you need by checking anything.
Should I roll it as regular or 10 again?
10 again.
Really? 0? Really?
You could change the bonus dice to 3 and use your reward you got. You might have missed it. Discord from Othellos or Voodoo Arcade. I forget which.
Yeah,
Many
let's
awards
do
were given
that.
out for creepiness.
It was Voodoo Arcade. Othellos never gives me points.
Because you creep him out.
Okay, let's see how this goes. 0 again? Come on.
Okay, and then go ahead and roll banality as bonus dice.
When I find it.
Oh,
I have weird. Clarity.
yes, clarity. I keep saying banality. I apologize.
Oh no, it's okay. I knew what you meant, but I didn't know what you meant. But I knew what you meant.
Holy shit.
5 successes.
Whoa. Well, that's a thing.
How? Why? What? Where?
Damn.
It just saved it all up for this last roll. That's what it did.
Let me guess. He didn't touch the tablet this time.
He did not.
There you go.
Hold on 1 second while I check something.
You were so good at the roll. You broke it. Good job, Ever.
Thank you very much. Let me tell you what, audience, it is a pain in the butt to type with these things. Like, I don't wear nails. I clip them to like the very end, and now I have these things.
I imagine it's a pain in the ass to do anything with those things, but
I mean, they make really good scratch.
I mean, at least you don't have to go to the bathroom.
That would be horrible. For women who wear these things, or guys, or non-binary pals, like, if you wear these things, I applaud you.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
The people are talented.
So it looks like you harvest. What's your weird at currently?
It's weird that you should ask.
Ah!
4. Currently at 4. Unless by going home I was able to replenish it.
No, you didn't need to yet. This will be plenty.
Okay.
What's the bonus you give for this, Patty? Does it get a bonus from you, or do you just get the benefits?
Oh, basically, if I am physically present and observing a feeding by a creature that I have family ties with, which I do with changelings, I get a satiety for just being there. I get a satiety because they're someone I have family ties with, and I get a satiety I get 3 satiety from this.
Okay. So you get your 3 satiety and you harvest 7 glamour, Keliak,
Sweet.
because you are fall court, so using fear specifically gives you a bonus. And it was a critical success, giving you an additional +1.
Feeling
So
those
7 up
boxes.
to your max, which is pretty high. She is absolutely terrified, and when you let her go, she runs screaming.
Oh, I hope she didn't wet your car. I'm so sorry.
I look real quick. Did she pee in my car?
No.
Not a problem then. Might I say, that was quite possibly the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. And that includes the times I feed on people.
Mhm. You flatter me.
Then we're going to jump back to the others. It's a really good thing none of them are there right now.
Yeah.
Might never trust us ever again.
So, you all walk in, and after the rest of the yoga students file out, his eyes are locked with Benji, who keeps trying to unlock eyes, no matter where he looks, locking eyes. He looks you all over finally when the studio is empty and says, and in the beat of silence, Robin holds up the pamphlet and smiles.
Oh.
He chuckles and says, "Why don't you come into my office?" He gestures towards the back of the studio. And you walk through the studio, past the walls full of very Zen hippie New Age stuff. Along with
posters.
Yeah. Once you get into the back area, they stop being Zen New Age hippie stuff, and it becomes a lot more like self-confidence posters and actual causes to fix the environment, like legit ones, not weird ones. And
Did
it
they have
becomes
the
more.
I think I have some of these.
Did they have the kitten poster that's like hang in there?
Yes, 100%. First one.
I got that one. I have that one at home.
And then he heads back and passes a conference room and some offices that get progressively bigger. There's 2 little ones and a big one, and you're like, oh, we're going into the big one. But he keeps going past that to the end of the hallway to an unmarked door. And it has a keypad on it, and he punches in a key, blocks it with his massively muscled Fabio body. And the door makes a click click sound, like a large heavy security door would. And when he...
Can I make an observation check to see which numbers he pushes on the keypad?
You would literally not be able to see unless you got up next to him and be obvious about it.
Oh, okay.
What you could do. And skip
Would
that?
I be
Okay.
able to hear the buttons that he pressed?
Yeah, but that won't tell you which ones because they all sound the same.
Oh.
Or smell
lame.
which ones he touched?
He pushes the door open, and you step out from first hippie yoga studio, second environmental cause, third sleek, slick, ultra modern, high end conference room mixed with a massive fall mahogany desk in the back corner, and to the left of the desk, going around it like in a hemisphere, just screens, all showing different kinds of data and information.
He kind of mutters under his breath, like, they're all rich assholes, aren't they? Yeah, they're all rich assholes.
Always.
And he ushers you in and says, "Have a seat at the table."
He'll just stand and,
And you all look at the screens, and the screens aren't showing stock market tickers. The screens aren't showing security cameras. Screens are feeds of the city, mostly city parks and other areas that are semi to extremely wild. There's even a feed near where your cabin is, Benji, but not directly of your cabin.
Public spaces. Huh.
Public parks, not just spaces. All of this is nature.
Okay.
You also notice upon closer inspection, without needing to make the roll, that everything he has that looks like it's made out of wood or other natural substances is faux. It's not real.
Mm.
And You can tell because if you look at an item made out of recycled plastic, you can tell because it's got multicolors usually, or it's crunchy. Everything here has been recycled, even the chairs.
Oh, you're the real deal, aren't you?
So are you, brother.
I'm not your brother.
Oh, we're brothers.
Listen, I'm not here for whatever that is. We're here because of her.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Well, not specifically her, but
he says, "Oh yes, we know about her from the library, right?"
Yeah.
And he's only talking to Benji at the moment. Like, he acknowledges the rest of you and shakes your hands. It's Benji he's talking to.
Yeah, she's the one from the library. That whole thing. We found her pamphlet your pamphlet in her pocket.
We send a lot of those out into the city. You never know who you might recruit. Smiles at each of the three of you, not Robin.
Okay, so what's the story with this place? We met a rich pendejo, and there was a priest and some ghost girl. What's this all about? He kind of makes a general gesture to everything around.
Ah, so you've met some of our competitors, friendly competitors. Let's see. I'm Donovan. Looks at you and says, Ergaloo, and you?
Ben?
That's a tribe name. You know what that is.
I don't belong to any tribe.
Actually, you do. But you can lie to him if you want. However, you'll have to make the subterfuge plus manipulation roll.
Manipulation? I'm not very good at that. I don't want to make this about him, so I have no subterfuge whatsoever. This is the complete opposite of my previous character. Okay, I'll just roll this. I'm not very good at that. It'll arrive. Oh, I think I got 0. Yeah, I got exactly 0 on that. It's like I don't know what you're talking about.
Can't lie to me, brother. I could smell the wolf in you. What's your tribe?
Ghost.
Ah, I see. You seem very uptight and reluctant.
Yeah, listen, I'm not thrilled about this whole thing. I just want to find out what we can do to help her. This isn't about me or any of these other people here. There's something going on. Reality's changing. There's some sort of a infection going around. We want to try to stop it. But we don't want to sacrifice the people that have been infected. We don't want to sacrifice somebody like her. We want to protect her as much as we can.
This is about you. It's not about her anymore. She's no longer infected.
What? How do you know? How
Can't
do you know
you
that
tell?
for sure?
Can't you tell? She was sick. She fought it off. Now she's healthy.
For how
you,
long?
on the other hand, looks at all three of you. It is exactly about all of you and us, our kind. The health of reality is in the hands of humans, but they need help. Help from our kind. To answer your question, Benji, because you didn't tell him your name.
Yeah.
How long before she's reinfected? It depends. How much are you going to fight to cure the city? She's just a human. Eventually, they'll all fall unless we stop it.
Well, we're all human here, brother.
You're a werewolf. She's a vampire. He hunts creatures of the night. You can't lie to me.
Yeah, last time I checked, we all bled red. Walked on 2 legs, had internal organs. That's human to me.
You're far more than human, brother, and until you embrace it, you won't be able to help her or her kind.
Benji, don't get stuck on semantics. Just move the conversation along.
Yeah, anyway, friend, we just want to find out how to stop this thing from spreading as much as possible. I don't like Nazis, and I don't want them to come back. It's probably the least of our problems, but
Wield the broadest influence possible without the humans knowing you're influencing them. We must fix the corruptions of society, the degradation of the species. Their sickness is becoming manifest in reality.
speak English. What are you talking about?
I don't know how much more plain I could be. They are
Well,
degrading
sickness.
the humans are degrading as a species, and the manifestation as reality is warping around them. They're
So because
killing the
people
world
are
with their
bad-
sickness.
So the
Talking about
answer is
pollution?
yoga.
Pollution of humanity's moral degradation, yes, but not Christian morals, or not imposed societal morals. Being basic, decent human creatures.
So because people are being mean to each other,
The world is
we
dying.
have.
Wait, did
That's
we
not
just
what we
get
saw back at the
Ghostbusters
library.
2? Like, what's going on?
He's saying
mean,
that
that-
because
that's
people are
kind of what we
bad,
saw at the
reality's
library.
changing. That doesn't make any sense.
What, Nazis make sense to you? Reality is manifesting a sickness because of the overwhelming sickness of the human species. The majority of people in a place determine the reality of the place. Their
That sounds like a
sickness is
really
manifesting.
interesting theory, but what's your proof?
Gestures at Robin, gestures outside into the city, gestures at his monitors.
I'm seeing
Gestures
trees
at
and I'm
everything.
looking buildings.
You saw a sick girl create a Nazi reality. You're starting to strike me as somewhat of a fool who refuses to accept what his eyes see and what his own nose smells, even about himself. What about you other two? More willing to accept the truth than this cub who thinks he understands his own self, let alone this girl or what's happening to the world?
Macintosh kind of stands up, looks around, just like, we have several interviews today, and thanks for your time. Thanks for having a little chit chat.
I want to hear what he says. That's Robin.
Oh. Go on. What's your solution?
All the factions have different agendas, sometimes even in the same faction. Me, myself, I tend to want to encourage cooperative behaviors and circumstances that will foster harmony instead of division amongst the humans. And, where necessary, destroy threats to the stability of that harmony. We want to make them get along and take away everything that forces them not to get along.
Sounds like a
Looks at you, Macintosh, right in the eyes, like punching Nazis.
right, but it sounds like an iron democracy. Like they don't get a choice.
We don't
Sounds
force
like
them to do
home.
anything. We're not.
You
in
want to
the- we're-
kill everyone so that everyone gets along with each other? It's
That
like
makes them
fucking
laugh.
to get your virginity back.
That makes him laugh right out loud and says, "You understand nothing I'm saying, Cub. We want to make them get along with each other. We want to encourage harmony, peace, and we destroy anything that threatens peace."
Sounds kind of fascist.
Like who? Like what?
Monsters, mostly, our own kind that are not benevolent. Monsters that feed on the fear, looks at the other two who aren't here, weakness and infirmity of the humans. Monsters like her prince.
And the guy's an
And
asshole.
of course, the human monsters who encourage fear and disharmony and they versus us mentality.
Well, that sounds good, but ultimately it's not our decision to make, it's hers.
And we will not
Her
be
decision
making
to make for
decision.
what?
Well,
You keep saying her. She's not making any decisions. She just wants to hear what I have to say. I'm not recruiting her. I'm recruiting you. She has no power. We can protect her and all those like her. That's why we exist. She's not special to us, except by the fact that she is still mostly innocent, which makes her a model of humanity.
All right, it's been great talking to you. We'll take your card. We got lunch, guys. I think it's lunchtime. got a couple other appointments to keep. So yeah, good job. Have fun being a hippie fascist. That sounds great. We'll be in touch. Maybe, probably not.
Robin looks at you and
What he
says, "You're a dummy. He's not a fascist. He's fighting fascists. And you need to stop being mean to everyone that doesn't say things you don't like to Benji." And she storms out of the room.
That was highly uncharacteristic for a tough little.
The werewolf laughs and says, "I like her." Now, if you excuse me, I have to go get some Fox News correspondents fired for being assholes. He flips open his phone and turns away from you.
There is. I look over to Grandma and be like, I think that's your cue over there.
And she just kind of like scoots out of the chair, spins around in it for a second, struggles to get out because it's spinning too much, and then gets up and kind of like waddles away. Chairs are not meant to be moving so much. It is possessed.
You all get back into Prius, and the first thing Robin says is, "You two think he's an intolerant asshole. You're the judgmental, intolerant assholes who assume you know exactly what's going on.
I didn't say nada.
Close-minded old men."
I'm just saying.
He's not a fascist, but you kind of are, assuming everyone doesn't think like you,
I
Grandpa.
didn't say. Look, what? We bonded over music. Don't treat me like
And
an old man.
You get mad and uptight anytime anyone tries to tell you you're cool.
Not cool, okay? Let's just get back in the car. Let's get out of here.
You're already in the car, genius.
Where are we going to next, Mac?
Well, it's not 6 o'clock, so it's either lunch or we go talk to the Geist or the priest, or we go.
Okay, the dead girl
actually,
then. Okay.
You know what? Look, gotta call Kelly.
Party you're trying to reach is currently feeding.
Yeah, that sounds right. All right, let's go talk to the.
Oh, you're able to get a hold of Kelly.
Okay.
We'll play the phone call.
Hey, Kelly, what's up?
This thing is ringing. Will you?
I'll take care of it. Hello, this is Kaliak's phone.
Oh, hey, not Baptiste. What's
Hi.
up? You guys done?
I just look at. I imagine the waitress is just now running back inside the restaurant, screaming, "Aye, we're done here."
Awesome. We're so the yoga instructor was kind of an asshole.
Oh, big surprise.
Right?
Actually, no, Macintosh and Benji were kind of assholes to him, Patty. Sorry,
So
Donovan.
Robin thinks that we didn't. The guy that was being fascist in quotes, was fighting fascists. That's great, but you can be a fascist and still fight fascists. Anyway.
He does not. He keeps saying that word. I don't think he understands what it means.
I know what it means. All right.
If
So
we're going
the
to
guy
talk
might-
to any more of these people, Macintosh and Benji don't get to decide when we're done, and they don't get to make opinions.
Sounds like you've got everything under control there.
Look, Robin, you
everything's
gotta
great.
you gotta like understand, and you gotta listen to what everybody has to say. Okay,
Which
just
you
don't
didn't
go diving
do.
Right out.
You cut. Wow. You cut the whole interview short because you didn't like what he was saying.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. You do got to listen to what they say, Grandpa.
Well,
I'm just
he's
holding
gonna-
the phone out so Kaliak can hear, just like.
Look, he'd probably want to.
You cut the interview short. Stop trying to preach to me when you won't follow your own words, Grandpa.
Oh God, kids. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so we're gonna go check out the priest.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because I'm right.
Oh, holy shit. Look, are you hungry? Is that why you're hangry at me? Like, what is your
What
problem?
is again this hungry?
All right, when
So are we meeting you somewhere, or
right?
is it-
You want to go
Yeah,
talk
we're
to the
meeting you
priest?
Calls
because
that people
Keliak's
have.
going to talk for me, not these men.
Wow,
Oh, no.
you asked
Do
to
you
come with
think-
us.
Oh,
Excuse me, are you getting lippy with Robin?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
I asked
okay,
to go with
let's-
them, not you.
Take it
Macintosh, are you mansplaining again?
No, I'm not mansplaining. God damn it. Why does everybody think I'm 50 fucking years old? Anyway, all right. So
I put on the easy listening station. I turn it up a little bit as I'm driving away. Like Fleetwood Mac, everybody, let's chill out.
you want to, all right, look. You want to go talk to the priest people or you want to go talk to the Geist people?
Who are you asking?
Donovan.
I just kind of, I mute the phone.
Whatever.
They're asking if we want to go see the priest or the Geist. Who do you want to go see? Or do you want to see anybody? You just want to, like, fuck off? Not do anything?
Hang out, watch cable.
Oh, that last one sounds ideal. But
Right. But, I mean, I feel like we should probably participate. Otherwise, they're just going to choose a course of action and we're going to have to follow it. And then when we complain about it later, they'll be like, oh, well, you could have said something when you came, if you came with us. And then, we'll have to meet them or move along. So I say we meet up with them. Where do you want to go?
well, since we're going to all of them, and I just ate, I can tolerate this this not so fun priest.
Yeah, let's get him out of the way. I'll just
Should
kind of
we bring them some leftovers?
God.
I see the manager with the waitress looking out through the door, like looking
Calling
for my
911
car.
very
Yeah.
obviously.
I think not, but best to be off. I think.
Oh, very well.
All right. I'm mute. Macintosh, we'll meet you at the priest's place. Not
All
me,
right.
not my church. The other priest.
Right, I know.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure, because I feel like things could get misconstrued here very easily, and I just want to make sure that we're on the same page.
Yeah, I was confused.
No, I feel like somehow that car would get somehow the message would get jumbled in that car, and you guys would end up at my church. I just want to make sure that we're 100% clear.
Are you saying I'm old?
No, I'm not saying you, Mac. You and me, we're on the same team. I'm saying the other people in your car.
Yeah. They
I
would.
hope
Okay.
he knows I can hear him through phone.
Yeah, nobody's not saying that you can't hear him, Grandma.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I know everyone
last
can
time
hear.
we talk, he yelled like I not hear. I'm not deaf.
Okay, we're gonna go now. Bye.
Robin giggles.
I'll hang up and hand the phone to Kaliak. Oh, they're having a wonderful time. Yes, they are. We're gonna go meet them at the other place.
Oh, lovely.
And we'll start making our way downtown.
I appreciate that you answered this thing. I don't really know how to use it.
Well, when you're in the business that I'm in, it's very useful to know how to work any kind of phone and perhaps get into any kind of phone. People tend to hide their secrets behind a 4-digit passcode. It's weird. They think it's very safe. There's only so many combinations of 4 digits.
Oh, I have a passcode, but it's not digits. I believe Macintosh encountered it, removing itself for him.
See, I can get behind that. That's very nice. Very nice indeed.
So, you all arrive at an office building. It's not a church of any kind. It's just an office building. It's 3 stories.
Is it one of those? Is it one of those churches that's in a mall building?
No, it's like a call center building.
Oh,
Except when you walk inside, it's not call centers. It's all offices, and it's all owned by one corporation. It's a stylized J on the logo.
Yeah.
Does entering this building give me the Bernie skin?
No.
Okay.
the Bernie skin.
Robin immediately heads over to Keliak and stands next to her. Starts whispering to her, glaring at Grandpa, who's all of like 40.
Did you have a good time with him, Robin?
I always have a good time with Grandma. Those two are like the worst kind of intolerant old men voters.
Mm.
Oh, Benji could be alright. We just have to teach him how to find his inner puppy.
Yeah, good luck with that.
You doubt us? I bet. Let's say I'll give it a week. I'll give it a week, and you'll like Benji way more.
You know, sweet little thing, that this is a group of monsters. Even our human hunter is a monster himself. He just won't ever admit it.
He kills things he thinks are bad. I know, that makes him a monster.
Oh,
By that logic, saying I only kill bad things gives someone else who thinks you're a bad thing the right to hunt you.
You are
You're like,
absolutely
huh,
right.
I'm a 16-year-old.
Wisdom beyond your years. Babushka raised you well.
She knows a lot about monsters, because she is one.
so Mac, tell me about the cult guy. How was he?
He was a werewolf, which is interesting. Taught a yoga class. He doesn't like people who are divisive and
Your phone
cause
rings,
fear.
Patty, like a text message ding in the middle of Mac talking.
I'll like do one of those things where I'm still like locked eyes with Macintosh, just going but I'm unlocking my phone
Lance.
and
He was
Yeah.
It's
eating
from
the
Robin.
glance.
It's a video file. She recorded the whole thing.
It's
oh,
there's sauce. There was sausage. Not really. You're not paying
Do
attention.
you play it while
You're-
Mac's talking?
did she title it like our meeting or like something
Yeah.
as obvious?
Something obvious, but teenagery, yes.
Okay, I just hit play. And I hear the word fascist being used several times. Just go, I feel like you're not giving me the full picture here, Mac. I turn up the volume and flip the phone to him.
She made a TikTok?
Look,
It's not a TikTok. It's too long for that. It's a Vimeo. Gosh.
he was
I'm
very
waiting
abrasive
for-
about the things that he didn't like
What is TikTok?
and wanted us all
Don't-
to be
There
it
brainwashed
is.
Don't
and
ask.
love each
Trust
other.
me.
I was waiting for that.
I pause it at the point where he says, "Oh, only like like where he's like, oh, you know, there's good monsters and there's bad monsters." I'm like, oh, and did he tell you who the good ones and the bad ones are?
Yeah, he wants to kill you.
Oh, lovely. Okay, I say we don't go with this guy.
Right.
Okay, all right, as long as we're on the same page. All right, that's all I needed to get from this meeting.
Mhm.
This one wants to kill me, so we're not going with him. All right.
You all look up from that, and you see Kellyak and Robin off to the side. Kellyak's just smiling down at Robin. Robin's hand is entirely covered in tiny spiders, and Robin's like, "This is so cool."
Oh no.
I walk over. I'm just like, Robin, do you know what the spider of the sea is? It's a squid. Keep walking.
Right up to your cheek. Boop! There's a spider on your cheek now.
I thought it was a crab, but
Do I see this happening
There
also?
is spider crab, yes. It has really long legs and tastes good with butter.
Robin whispers to you, Kellyak, "Is he Cthulhu? That'd be so badass."
my dear, if you were Cthulhu, we'd be dead.
Just to be badass.
Oh, it would.
Do I see the whole spider thing happening while she's standing with Kelly, or is that a
You watch her
another
boop
thing?
Donovan and leave a spider on his cheek, yes. Her hand covered in spiders that are apparently obeying her.
I kind of pull Robin away from her a little bit, like, let's give her some
Yanks
space,
free.
okay? And then I kind of,
She yanks free and says, "Consent, Benji."
jeez, okay.
Oh, I like you.
Don't like her too much.
And she boops you, Benji, and you have a spider on your nose.
Carajo. He just looks at Kellyak like, don't fucking do that shit again. He starts walking off.
It wasn't me.
Else is priest.
Ugh, we wait too much time. I'll go inside.
She just kind of like old lady waddles closer and finds like the closest like person and like kind of like starts talking like,
Excuse me. I look
reception
for a
desk.
person.
Looking for
I
a
need to
person, you say?
I need to speak to your boss.
Yes, ma'am. Did you get lost from names of the nearest old person home that's down the street?
Excuse me. No. I am here looking
Oh, thank goodness you found Grammy. Oh, thank
you
goodness.
actually come up saying that?
Yes, oh, thank goodness. Oh, I thought we lost her for sure.
It's okay, Father. This happens like once a week.
Oh, I figured. Now, in the meantime, and I'd kind of just put Katiana to the side. In the meantime, we're looking for a very specific person. Did we ever catch his name? He never gave us his name, did he? The
priest? Yeah.
I thought we had a name.
Yeah, you had names.
Right.
Okay. Does anyone remember the name? Anybody?
No,
Anybody at all?
Let me check. I might have it in my notes.
It's lost to the annals of time.
He's nodding at you, looking at you, Donovan. But his eyes are slowly sliding to the side towards Robin's hand. But he looks back at you. Robin's hand. He looks back at you.
Oh, Dad, that's nothing to worry about.
I don't have his name. Oh no.
They're her pets. You know, she refuses to go anywhere without them.
Bach eyebrow. So you give the name to get written down. So I'm going to torture you and not repeat it. You give the name, and he says, "Oh yeah, he's in. Want me to ring him and see if he's got time for a meeting?"
Aye, that'd be grand.
Yes, it's very important that we speak to him immediately.
Let him know his friends from the hospital are here.
He calls, has a short conversation, and gives you a floor number, which is the second floor, and a room number 17.
Thank you very much.
You head up to the second floor, and you head towards room 17, which is a conference room. And it's got that self-tinting glass, and there's chairs outside. The door is shut. It says meeting in progress.
Open the door.
Locked.
Katiana doesn't wait. She just busts open the lock and just opens it.
Oh shit! Okay.
Sure you want to do that? Says the GM.
That seems very rude. Maybe we just let them finish their meeting.
Sure you want to kick the door open on the wizard of undeterminate power?
People do. You know, we aren't the most important people in the world. People do have other things to do with their lives.
What is more important than babushka?
Literally everything. Doc is.
Wow.
That is.
Hey, that's rude,
If I had
Donovan.
feelings-
Slaps you across the head.
If I had feelings,
teenager
they would
slap.
be broken.
Yes,
Let's
that
just
was with
be
the spider
patient.
hand. They're all in your hair now.
And I was just like a new.
Oh, she got you
Fine.
too. Carajo.
But
My grandma
babushka
is
will
important
wait.
to me, Donovan.
They're
All right.
perfectly edible.
Granted.
Good. She sits in the chair and starts flipping through her phone. Which you notice is a Note 10 Plus, and you're like,
Waiting and waiting and waiting.
5 minutes later, the door opens, and 2 nuns walk out, nod at you, and head down the hall.
Like
They're not.
Catholic
They're not
nuns.
like. Yeah, but they're not like full to the floor habits. They're actually wearing the way a nun would dress in public. You can still
Right,
identify
like-
them as such.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, Patty, you're looking for the alpha predators? There they go, walking right down the hall. Don't fuck with those two.
I'll just
That
kind of
is a
nod my
good
head back.
point. You don't automatically.
Sisters.
That is a good point. The alpha predator in this building's on the 3rd floor. It's not this floor. Because you get that for free, Patty. I always forget that. Feel free to remind me when necessary. Come on in, guys, says the man from the other night.
Babushka hurriedly
Afternoon,
goes in.
padre.
Is it like a horse with no name?
Yes, but it's the man with no name.
All right, guys, we're going to a desert at some point.
You all head inside, and he says, "Good, I'm glad you decided to come and see me. Oh, and I see our girl's doing well."
Better.
He immediately walks over to Robin and starts fussing around her. He doesn't actually touch her. He's like, obviously concerned about her well-being.
We met with
He looks at the spider
someone.
hand and is like, "That's fascinating. That's pretty awesome. You should show me that trick sometime." I like him.
Not the word I was going to
Ah.
use, but
He is good choice. I like him too.
Wait, Benji, are you scared?
No,
Are you
Robin.
scared of spiders, Benji?
isn't everyone?
I take a note on my phone.
The priest
Benji,
now has
scared
spiders
of
on his hand.
fires.
No, not everyone. They're just creatures. Everything is God's creatures. He puts it down on his desk.
Yeah. Okay. We
Even
met with
werewolves.
somebody before. Thank you. Before we came here, Padre, we met with someone else, and they said that she's clear of whatever was infecting her, but they had no way of accurately confirming their diagnostic. We believe, it's a theory that she may not have the whatever it was that was infecting her, that was affecting reality. I figured maybe you and some of these other people may have a better grasp on making sure that that's the case. We don't want to continue to spread this thing. I just want to be sure.
I could perform a ritual, yes, but I would need the girls' consent, and I can't let any of you come in unless you're members.
Of course. Robin?
Looks at Grandma. Yeah, I think I like him.
It is fine.
Wait, hold on. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here, that we're all agreeing to the same thing. The two of you who were most worried about young Robin here are going to be totally okay with leaving her in her room where you're not allowed to go see or hear or do or be part of whatever is going to happen, and you're just okay with that. This guy's a stranger.
I think
No,
you just
I had
put
heart
words in
attack
his
with
mouth.
him. He's friend.
Okay, no,
I'm with Donovan here. I wasn't gonna say anything, but
no,
He is
no
friend.
skin off my back, but that seems a bit weird.
you do you, boo.
What is boo?
You
As you scaring me.
I just look at the priest. I'm like, you need the room? Oh, you've got the room, and I walk out.
Oh no, we'll have to take her up to the 3rd floor.
I don't get that guy.
Then I go, okay, hold on. And is that where your boss is? The person who leads whatever this is?
No, you mean the leader of our organization? No, the leader of our organization's not in Chicago, just a branch office.
Aye. Who's up on
Jeremiah
the 3rd floor?
World Organization headquarters is in New York City, of course.
Aye, and who's up on the 3rd floor?
She starts listing
But
off
Jesus,
departments.
Who cares?
No. I need to know there's the specific person that you're gonna be taking her to.
Oh my
He
god.
gives you a name that means nothing to you.
What's her problem, O'Malley?
What will this?
Bead eyes.
Mhm.
And I do the thing where I bump Macintosh. I'm like, did you hear what he just said?
I heard it was rude.
What
It was
exactly will this
Benji,
ritual involve?
my want has just become a need.
I don't understand. I don't get you, man. Hey, just if you're gonna go outside, just go outside.
Uh-huh. All right. No, it's good. Benji, we're good. Don't worry. Everything's square.
Ignores him. He looks back at the priest like, look, I don't know what this ritual is. Is this like some Catholicism stuff, or is this some weird occult stuff you're
I'll
talking
be blunt. Who's the predator on the 3rd floor?
Answers Benji first. The Jeremiah believes that this is divine retribution, but we do not all agree on what divinity is. We all have our own ideas, but we are all united by the common bond of the divine is angry at us, humans and the monsters. Most likely the monsters preying on the humans as much as we have been. He
Seems
says
a
as
bit
much as you
racist.
have been. But no, it's not Catholic. It's an much older ritual than that. Much older. And he looks right at you, Donovan, and says, she may have been a predator once. Now she exists to do the only thing she wishes to prey on is the contagion. And those who spread it.
Oh.
Can I check the validity of his words?
Insight check.
Yes, without saying that.
You could, but as you're squinting at him, because there are security cameras in this room, his phone rings. He looks at the number and says, oh, there she is now. Kiddo? Shrug. Sure, hands you the phone, Patty.
Fuck off my building.
This
It's
is
a female
Donovan.
voice. It's a female voice, and no one else can hear what she's saying, even if you have super senses. All you hear is just like a dead line. But the female voice worms its way into your brain and it like soaks into you like a fine wine. And you feel kinship. In my dreams, Donovan, I see her words scrawled in my blood on the walls of my lair. Teach them, she commands. Teach them to fear themselves, and you set them on the path to righteousness. Your family needs you. We are our brother's keepers. So I keep them, our siblings, in the name of our Dark Mother. I show them all the horrors they hide in their hearts, as I hide my own, and together we reach for perfection beyond this divine pestilence. When they falter, we are here to remind them what awaits, should they fall. The girl is safe in my charge, brother. I do not feed on the innocent, only the guilty. Them I drag screaming to my lair. The thing on the third floor is a beast.
Yeah. Would Donovan know about the
Lilith?
inheritance?
Yes. You all feel the pull of the Dark Mother. That's the closest thing a beast has to the divine.
Yeah, no, Donovan definitely knows about the Dark Mother. Is all on board with the Dark Mother. Would he know enough about the inheritance cycle for a beast?
Yes.
To guess that this beast has ascended, basically?
You might not use those words, but you know enough about it on a
theoretical level?
Intuitive level to intuit that. You can use whatever words Donovan would use, but yes. This particular person of your kind has moved beyond the base needs you still have to something higher.
Yeah. I will very just solemnly, and Donovan just kind of this wise ass and kind of goof about this entire time, just hands back the phone to the mage, looks at everyone, just goes, yeah, we're good here. I will step out of the room. And just will sit down very quietly now.
He takes the phone back. The other priest. Certainly, ma'am. And he hangs up. And she says, you can go with the girl, Father Donovan. I'll keep everyone else company while they look her over.
Love to.
Be sure they don't.
The girl says, yay, this will be fun. And the two of them disappear into the elevator.
Wait a minute, where are they going? What's happening?
Third floor. For the ritual, like we said. What? Nothing's changed in the last 2 minutes.
And she just got outplayed by Donovan.
He remembers the priest saying, "Oh, I need to conduct a ritual," and then all of a sudden there's a phone call, and then all of a sudden everyone but the priest is going into the elevator.
The priest
for the
didn't say, "I need to conduct
floor.
a ritual." The priest said, "We would conduct a ritual," meaning his people.
Oh, got it. Okay. I was like, what the fuck?
So, I'm glad you came to see us. We could definitely use more help, more members, more people to fight this vile contagion.
No one said we were joining you.
You might not, but I have a good feeling about some of you. Glances at Macintosh and Benji.
This is just an interview.
That's fine. So interview me. He sits down and folds his hands.
Are you sure that you can heal whatever this is? Can you? Do you
No,
know what causes
but
it?
we'll try.
No.
You could define what you're all about with one word. What it would be?
Fascism.
Biblical scholars tell us that in ancient times, God sent 10 plagues to punish Egypt for enslaving the Israelites. Whether you think this is real or an allegory, it doesn't matter for the purposes of me explaining this to you, Macintosh. Frogs raining from the sky, rivers running with blood, plagues of locusts, and the death of the Egyptians' firstborn sons, to name a few. Now, as we face this reality contagion in the modern age, it's our scourge from a higher power. Doesn't matter whether you want to call it the Dark Mother like my boss, karma, principle, failing to live up to the ideals of justice like you live by. That is what the vigil is, Sean, for your your character.
Mhm.
When your prey turns into predator, when water burns like fire, that's retribution for our sins. A curse from an angry deity or a faceless force of judgments. Mea culpa. We're not worthy.
Sin is a
So we've come
concept
to
of
realize,
oppression.
in the modern age, whatever is spiritually expected of us, we're falling short by a mile, and we're the Egyptians. All night dwellers need to atone whether they realize it yet or not. Otherwise, we're all doomed. We'll lose our salvation, maybe our souls, if we had any to begin with, looks at Keliak. Some of us don't, but some of us are souls, reflected on Earth, the sins of others, made manifest. Locks eyes with Keliak for that entire time. We have no shortage of damnations around us. It's so much simpler than all these other factions want to believe. The contagion won't kill us, won't destroy the world. It will condemn us to an eternity of this.
Ah, yes. Punish the shark for being a shark. Punish the alligator for being an alligator. Punish the snake for
You are
being
not
a
a snake, a shark, or an alligator. You don't feed because you have to. You feed because you want to. You feed because it makes you feel good. You didn't have to terrorize that poor girl in the back of the car.
Oops.
You could have just.
Did I not?
You could have just walked up on a conversation two people were having about being sad and depressed, and it would have fueled you. You know how it works.
If I must feed off of something unpleasant, I'm going to make it worth my while.
Exactly. See, you're no crocodile or alligator. You're no wolf. Like all of us here, except maybe Macintosh. You're a monster.
I've done some bad shit, so.
You have. You might be monstrous, but unlike the rest of us, you're no monster.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with what Benji said earlier. We're all human here. We all bleed, so.
All of us but her, yes. She is a manifestation of another human's degradation and pain and suffering, though, so yes.
Yeah, but she's kind of here, and she's got feelings, so, why not? Don't be a
Has
dick.
that been confirmed? That
No.
He looks
but-
at you, Keliak, and says, have I said anything to offend you? Has anything I said been untrue or dickish?
I cannot argue with logic.
Smiles at Macintosh.
Whatever she is, however creepy she is, she's still a person. I think we can all agree on that.
Doesn't matter to me. I was merely answering her questions.
You still haven't answered mine in one word. What would you define what you do here? You used a lot.
We attempt to stop the divine retribution for taking all of the firstborns from humanity.
All right, great.
We try to regain the mercy and the favor of whatever you believe in. Reset cosmic balance to the scales of justice, in your case, probably, Macintosh. How do we do that? Whatever way causes the least harm and damage to the world. Close the portals, destroy the contagion, find the source, burn it with holy fire. Cleanse what we can, and if it's not possible to cleanse it, burn the sickness out. Sickness is very rarely people, though. It's usually monsters or objects or places. We try not to kill the humans.
Leans over to Benji and is like, cheesesteaks for lunch? Think of cheesesteaks.
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
With wizard.
FYI, out of character, they're all going to say some variation of this, Sean. None of them are going to say that we smoke kombucha and dance around fires.
Right, but
they're all going to burn the contagion out.
Yeah, they all have different.
This is the
approaches
gentlest
to it.
faction. Yeah. So if you don't like this one, you might not pick one. Back in character, though.
Okay, Padre. I think I'm on board with what you're talking about. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to kill anybody. I certainly don't want to.
Sometimes violence is
anybody who's
necessary,
infected.
but we try not to perform violence on humans.
I understand. I'm glad that at least you get that not all of us chose to be this way.
How ironic.
Yes, two of you did not choose to be this way, but only one of you chooses not to embrace it, which I respect. It's your choice. Grandma chose to just embrace what was forced on her. Macintosh has chosen to be a light in the darkness to protect the humans, which I see as noble. Keliak wasn't created by choice, but has embraced her existence. That one upstairs chose and embraced. Shudders a little.
Yeah. And I don't see eye to eye on that. Yeah, I think of
He
all
waits
the...
to see if you have more questions.
I have many other questions, but I think those are more private than what we're talking about right now.
That took about 15 minutes. The elevator opens and Donovan and the girl come back and Robin come back. Laughing and talking over some joke, no matter what.
How was the terrible, super secret and invasive ritual? He asks.
They had me lay down on a couch. It was really comfy. And then they gave me some hard candy. It was cinnamon. It was really yummy. And then they walked around me with these weird things, and metal with smoke coming out of them with holes in it. And Donovan was like, it's called a sensor. It smelled really weird. And then another guy said weird words around me, and then the lady just stood over me and was like, hands, hands, hands. It's like she was feeling my spirit. I don't know. It's weird. They say I'm clean, though. No infection.
Good. How do you feel?
Same.
You okay with these guys, or do you want to go see the dead girl?
I'm going to talk to all of them, because they're cool. This is cool. It's a fun day.
Cool is not the word I would use, but it's fine. You good now, Father?
Are you?
I asked, not the wizard.
Oh,
priest.
you mean Donovan?
Oh, me. Real quick, while I was with the Apex, not just the Apex Prayer, but the Apex Beast of the area, I'm assuming. Real quick out of game, when I got my layer point, I could open up a new chamber to my layer. I'd like to ask her permission if I could either open up a chamber near this place, or if I could have permission to join her hive and open up a chamber.
Would allow you to connect your layer to her hive, yes.
I will do that then.
Which actually puts
Sounds
you in
kinky.
a network of 6 or 7 other beasts too, which is probably every single one in the city.
Yeah.
7 or 8 in one place is a lot.
And I assume she's in charge of all of them, so knowing
Yes.
that she is ascended like she is, I'm okay with the other ones as well, because I figure she'll keep them in line.
Robin says, I'm hungry now. I want a cheesesteak.
All right, I think the girl's got it.
I think we can get the girl a cheesesteak.
Right. Cool. We have your number, and we'll give you a call later, probably.
Sounds good.
Maybe. Cheesesteaks.
With Wiz.
With
No.
You get authentic Chicago cheesesteaks, not from the chain. They're delicious.
Yeah. It's an afternoon well spent.
And for this session, we have time for one more, so we should do the one that interests the rest of you last week, which was 0 Hour. Dead Hacker Girl.
Yeah.
You can deal with Nafalgar next week. So, you call up Hacker Girl, and she's like, appointment? They've been making you make appointments. That's weird. And just show up. Here's my address. Hacker Girl gives you an address to a flat.
I invite whoever wants to get in the charger with me to come.
Robin gets in the charger.
Oh, no.
I figured.
No, we are not getting in this one. You will go back into...
Oh, what's that? I'm sorry. I can't hear you, Katiana. You gotta speak up. I can't hear you. And I just
Babushka, let the girl have some
I
fun.
whip it out and
She was having the fun in the car with the...
I whip the car out.
With the 10-inch screws.
You
As
left
she closes
your
the
granddaughter
charger
with a
door,
priest?
she tells Kaliak, maybe he's not so bad. He's like a bossy uncle. Click.
Get into my car.
And
I
we
am
will.
very
I will
thoroughly disappointed in you, Robin.
Are you
I'll
gonna
drive.
get in the car?
I'll drive like a stunt driver. Yeah, I'll drive like
No.
a stunt
Oh
driver.
God.
Are you gonna get in the car with them, Babushka, or are you gonna get in the other car and be angry at your
I'm
granddaughter?
getting in car with Robin, quite reluctantly.
Please describe how you drive for Grandma.
Out of control. Out of
It's on his
control.
gloves.
Like I'm aggressively tailgating people.
Emergency brake drifts and shit.
Not so much that, but like aggressively tailgating people, and like, you know, as I'm passing them, it's always like a "hey, fuck you" kind of thing. Like I briefly go New Yorker and just like "hey, bada bada bing" kind of thing.
Did you embrace
Channeling.
Furio?
So what you're saying is you're furioing to the
Yes.
destination.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so while this is happening, Babushka is very much her hands are kind of like on the back seat, and like she's screaming and cussing out in Russian, and like she's just full on. If she could have an actual heart attack, I think she might have actually had one. And by when we actually stop and get to where we're going, there's like permanent like claw marks in the seat from like how hard she was just digging her nails into it.
You're cursing edges Donovan on. Like he thinks that like, oh, she must approve of what I'm doing because she's cursing along with me. So I'm like, "Aye, that's the spirit. Yeah, really tell him how it is."
You're very highly amused, Donovan, right until you pull up and park. And Grandma gets out and you glance back and see that she's a vampire. She actually sunk her fingers into your custom leather, and there's 10 holes in the custom leather now.
They make a special leather. It's called King Ranch. Do you know how many cows died to make that seat? And you just ruined it.
Babushka just kind of like takes her.
Guess how
little,
much
like,
it's going to cost
fanny-
me.
She's
Guess.
got like a
Just
small
guess.
little fanny pack, and she just kind of opens it and just takes out two $200 bills and just throws them at his face, and then just walks out of the car.
Homeless Grandma got cash stacks, yo.
Dang.
Okay.
Old money
that's
with those vampires.
That'll almost cover it.
Cover the
Takes
labor.
she takes another $200, curses at him in Russian, but says it with a smile, and then just puts it in his hand and walks away. She pretty
Robin,
much go fuck yourself, but with a smile.
Robin giggles the whole way, and like any good can't make up their mind teenager, is now walking with Uncle Macintosh. Gave her permission to ride in the sports car and likes cheesesteaks. Forgot all about earlier in the fascism.
Fist bump.
So,
Up to the flat.
yep, it's the top. It's actually a high rise in that it's got a lot of floors, but it's not truly skyscraper. Or maybe if you don't have 10, 12 floors. And you get the address to the flat, and you look at the elevator, and you're like, oh, it's the penthouse. Okay.
Oh.
Fancy.
So you make your way up to the top floor, and you're led into the penthouse, which is exactly what you're picturing in your mind of a young hacker who uses their skills to get money. Like it's a big stone or a big concrete and brick room with way too many windows and weird places and strange views, and it's got memory foam mattress just on the floor in the corner and doesn't look like it gets used much, and just all kinds of tech, really expensive, high-end tech everywhere. In a kitchen that's an afterthought,
Nice.
full of energy drinks and alcohol.
Ah, that is
Empty
a
energy
damn
drinks
shame.
and alcohol bottles.
That's a shame.
Dead girl opens the door, even though she doesn't look dead without your sight, and says, "Oh, hey, come on in, come on in."
Thanks.
Tosses Robin Red Bull. Immediately starts giggling and talking about teenager things with Robin because dead girl died when she was like 18. So they're very close in age.
Oh boy.
Got any whiskey in here?
Yeah, points generally towards the kitchenette.
Don't mind me. I'll find a tumbler.
Benji
You
kind
open-
of clears his throat, like,
You open the cabinet and it's like an empty bottle of Jack in your way, an empty bottle of Jim Beam, and you're like, that figures. And you pull the empty bottles out of the way, and there's a Glenlivet 18.
Ooh.
Surrounded by some other fine single barrel malts. Huh! Didn't expect that.
I look for the Macallan's 15, and I pour myself
There's a
a
Macallan's
nice...
15, and there's a Maker's Mark. This is Maker's Mark Select.
Oh no, I'm Irish. I'm getting the Macallan's.
Okay. Done. She just giggles and talks to Robin until someone initiates her conversation.
Can we, do you mind?
Oh, hey, Doc, what's up?
I'm not a doctor.
I know, but I'm calling you Doc anyways because it's funny.
Sure, okay. That's
I'm
hilarious.
calling him Frank. And I'm calling her, what's that chick's name from that dumb sparkly movie again, The Vampires? Bella. I'm calling her Bella. Points to Kellyak.
Okay, Trinity, what can you
She's
tell us
gonna-
about
That
your
makes her
little...
smile.
Kinda
He's
leans over
Morpheus.
to-
Points
leans
to
over
Donovan.
to Kellyak and like, she thinks you're a vampire. That's cute.
Oh, she knows better. She's just being.
No, I think she's an emo goth. Look at her. It's a really sexy look for her, though. Also, I don't think it's a her. I think that's an it. I'm pretty sure that's just a big spider wearing skin. Anyways, what's
That's
up, Benji?
rude.
Benji's
Oh,
like,
she's
that's
not
rude, but then
wrong,
sees
Benji.
Kellyak smiling.
Whatever. He's just like, whatever. Why don't you tell us about your little, well, whatever this is, zero? Was it
My
zero?
flat? She starts
Whatever.
talking
No,
about
no,
her
no,
flat.
no. Your people, your group, whatever.
5 minutes into the tech conversation, your eyes cross. Oh, you mean
Oh.
right? Okay. We're not little. We're actually pretty big. There's a lot of us. We want to know.
How exactly are you dealing with this contagion? What do you know about it? How are you planning on treating it?
When shit hits the fan, it's always somebody's fault. There's always intent behind stuff, especially this. Contagion. Sure, we call it that, but obviously it's not natural. Symptoms are the point. Someone or something is invading the world, and we got to figure out who brought them, and then we got to burn them out. It's war. We protect
How is
the
it
civilians.
contagious? Do you know?
We protect the civilians, and we kill the invader. With extreme prejudice, looks at Mac. Right? I know you understand.
All right, so I found my group.
Listen, do you know what, how it's jumping to people and how is it contagious? Do you know anything about that?
Different everywhere, but here in this city, it started last year sometime when that terrorist attack happened on the bridge over the river. You remember, everyone does, because you all lived here. Some
Terrorist
people
attack.
blew up a bridge, and to let something into the world, we don't know what from there. We're still trying to figure it out. There aren't a lot of us in the city, and we can't get out, and our buddies can't come in because it's too dangerous. They might not be able to leave. The city doesn't let people like us out. Gestures at everyone except Macintosh.
The
Blew up
city
a
doesn't let us
bridge.
out.
Yeah. Remember the terrorists? They had their pictures on the news. She starts scrolling, and like 2 seconds later has what she needs. And it's pictures of your old friends, Macintosh.
Wait, what?
It's Baptiste, and it's Tinfoil Hat Guy, and it's Furio, and it's Reese.
Uh-huh.
Bridge terrorists.
Also, Liam.
Yes.
Why?
Also Liam, the kid.
Oh, look.
So
it's
that caused the
Greasy
thing?
Boy.
Oh, him? He joined us because he's cool.
So the thing on the bridge that caused that started the problem.
We don't know exactly if the bridge was affected, if the infrastructure, which doesn't mean anything to most of you, but it does to Macintosh, that word. If the infrastructure was infected, or if the infrastructure was keeping something out, or if it was trying to pull something in. It's one of those three. We can figure that out. Maybe we can make some progress.
Why don't these factions just work together? If you all want the same thing, why don't you just pool your resources and try to find out what the answer is?
Benji, why don't you go hang out with the vampires?
I'm already hanging out with a vampire.
Uh,
I feel
Sometimes
like I should
we
be
do.
offended, but I don't
sometimes we do, especially when it's as bad as it is now. Right now, though, we're not really. We're sharing information, but not resources. We got history, you know.
I think this is a little bit more important than bad blood.
Like the cryptocracy, that whole social entropy thing, that's a little fascist. Robin frowns.
Wait. And he holds up the little pamphlet. He's like, these people, the hippie guy?
Yeah.
Yoga studio.
And then there's the Jeremiah and all that talk about gods. I don't believe in any god. I don't even believe in myself. Seems some weird shit though. Maybe God with a little G. And then the Rosetta Society. The Contagion is not trying to give us a message. It's not trying to talk to us. It's some dumb shit. And then they got good tech though. And then the Ship of Theseus. Not only is that a dumb name, but they think the Contagion is evolving us into like X-Men or some shit. It's trying to make humanity the next step. I don't know. Like, yeah, they're all weird. So sometimes we don't get along. And then there's the Crucible Initiative. And like, they want to treat it like they're a bunch of like plague doctors and shit. And it's still Black Plague and
That's a lot of information.
And then Nafalgar's army, those guys are just fucking creepy. Looks at Keliak. The leader in this town's like you, and that's freaky.
I thought it was a vampire.
Wait, say that again.
The prince? No, the prince doesn't run the Nafalgar's army. And you know that. He just works for them.
Yes, we did know that.
Yes, you did know that, yes.
Yeah, I know we heard that.
They're run by one of her kind. There's a word for it. It's boss, owner, keeper. That's it. Keeper.
What?
Yeah, there's the keeper here. Stuck in the city like the rest of us.
Who?
Her eyes kind of glaze over and then unglaze. She's like, I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
A keeper?
Oh yeah, there's a keeper running Nafalgar's army. Stuck here in the city like the rest of us. That would not look unfamiliar to you, Keliak, even though that confuses the rest of them. Something that old and powerful could make you forget its name.
Wow.
Just by existing, I don't want you to remember me.
What is their court?
Court?
Yes. Winter, summer, fall, spring,
Oh,
shadows,
season,
anything.
fall. Reminds me a lot about you, a lot of you, except scarier.
Oh, are you okay?
Full body shiver, a lot scarier.
Oh man, okay.
You don't look so good.
I think.
And that's saying something.
This looks close to almost an emotion.
Macintosh, you have to take us to the bridge.
Okay. Yeah. No
This
problem.
was the source of the contagion. It was this explosion at the bridge.
We don't know if it's the source or if it was holding it out or if it let it in. We don't know. We just know that it started there with the explosion, yes.
And no one's taken a look at it so far?
We've tried.
What do you mean?
I sent one of my guys,
What's
he never
stopping
made it
you?
back. I sent one of my guys, they never made it back. The other faction said the same thing. So we've been, plus then all of a sudden it got a lot worse and we've been spending most of our time just containing the outbreaks. That's why we haven't been fighting. We don't have time to fight with each other. We're all trying to contain outbreaks. It's a big city. There aren't a lot of us. That's why we all need more help.
Okay.
Hell, if you
I
want to
understand.
join up, we can send you to investigate.
Well, it's
Yeah, that
certainly a
sounds-
starting point, I think.
Sounds great. I like everything
Okay.
I've heard. All right, look, I know this is a big decision for everyone, so maybe we should step outside, have a quick
Yeah.
powwow.
You can have a nice dinner and then meet with the prince next Monday and then decide if you're going to universal join or break into little groups and join individual factions. Yes.
All right,
Mhm.
cool.
Because after these conversations, it became a lot less simple than it was when you voted last week. Split three ways from what I see.
All right. Step outside and have a talk, and the teenagers can gossip or gush or whatever.
They immediately load up a PvP game and go to town. Of course.
Can we just leave her? Well, oh wait, no. You wanted to see the vampire prince, right?
I didn't want to see anybody.
Robin definitely wants to see the cool vampire sexy guy, yeah.
All right, you finish that rounds, and then we'll go.
Vampires, ghosts. This is ridiculous.
Benji, you're a werewolf. Aye. That's
all right. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. I appreciate that. I don't know what I'd do without you people.
He's a were person. All right.
You'd probably be chasing your tail.
Well, that's as far as we can stretch the quarantine this week, audience. Next week, they will meet their last potential faction, join up, and undergo their trials. Things will get very exciting very fast. Our night horrors need to rest and recover before then, however. But don't fear, we will carry on next Monday at 9 Eastern Time, when things are going to escalate quickly once they make a choice. As for Vorpal Tales' other terrifying tales and awesome adventures, you can catch me, Eldritch Echoes, online GMing Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, doing all of our horror games, which get progressively creepier as the week carries on. This week we have Ghost Hunters on Wednesday. Things have heated up in the Chimera House. And on Friday, Cult, Divinity Lost. We also have Conan run on Sundays by Eric, and Mad Mage run on Tuesdays by Patty, and Starfinder run by Sean on Thursdays. All shows 9 p.m. Eastern. Cass, let the viewers know which thing they can catch you doing next, and if there's any other cool things you do on the internet.
Tomorrow I'll be playing Sprouting Hops in Patty's. Did we actually get in a fight last week? I think we got in a fight last week.
Oh yeah,
we did get in a fight. That's right.
Yep.
We finally fought monsters, so that was fun. So yeah, tomorrow playing Sprouting Hops. Wednesday I will be doing a lot of reading, and then Thursday will be our next to last session of Starfinder, I think. So that should be fun.
Oh, sad face. I'll miss Parsley Pepper Sage.
She's been fun.
And so intimidating with the giant wrench. So, you can find me in all the games that Vorpal Tales plays, because I sold my soul like 2 months ago, and I haven't looked back since. It's okay though. So, you can find me on the internet as Changeling Ever, and I hope you have had a creeptastic time this evening.
It's in here. I'm keeping it safe.
In the little box, yeah. I'm Eric, of course. You can find me here on Sundays and Mondays at Vorpal Tales, and you can find me on the internet on Twitter at Maron Recluse. So, I'll see you next week.
Hey guys, I had a great time playing as Babusha Katiana tonight. You can find me on Tuesdays with Patty Shakes playing Izzy, an Eldritch Night Fighter, who has a huge love for unicorns and cookies. And you can also find me on Wednesdays, also here on Onyx Path. This Wednesday, going to be playing as CJ, the super believer, super scared of all things supernatural, currently fighting his way through a insane amount of spider webs. Whew. I do not like spiders at all. They freak me out so bad.
I am Patrick. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Patty Shakes _. I have had a wonderful time playing in this game. You'll see me next week in this game. You'll also see me tomorrow for Mad Mage on the Vorpal Tales channel, where several of these lovely human beings will be playing with me as well. They will continue to explore the first level of the dungeon and navigate themselves through dangerous obstacles, monsters, and curious beings.
Excellent. And now for our Ride or Die viewers who stick around to the end. In all of our games, everyone gets to vote for their favorite player for any reason. Anyone who accrues a vote in this game can either... Oh, we failed again, you guys. We didn't go over the aspirations in camera, even though we did out of camera. They can either use their vote to increase their beats to the next nearest XP if they have any beats, or if not, or if they choose to, they can use their vote to get a free point of willpower to spend without actually spending the willpower. So, in the same order, tell us your favorite and why. So that means we start with Sean.
Oh crap.
Man.
Shit, it's really hard. No, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm going to vote for Benji because he handled himself really well against that other werewolf, and he used confidence. He spoke, directly, and he didn't take no shit from no one.
That was actually well role played. Yes, an antagonistic scene. I liked it.
Thank you.
I also thoroughly enjoyed being a mad teenager at Sean.
Fuck.
It's how he really feels about you.
Oh, he's right. They're kind of fascist. Carry on, though.
I am going to give it to my feeding partner, Patty, because I have been wanting to let loose the creepy for so long in this entire 3 episodes. And I finally got to let loose a little bit of the creepy. Very happy.
Just the beginning.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to give it to Patty for the excellent back and forth. I like the tit for tat that we've been getting into. I like it.
Yes, I like it too.
If I could, I would have given it to Tyler for playing a really awesome bratty teenager. Because
Strangely good at that.
Great.
that was great. Absolutely. But since I can't, I'm gonna give it to Eric for Benji. Because he, you could tell he was really struggling with the whole, I get it, I'm a monster. Doesn't mean I have to like it. Stop it. Kind of thing. He was really struggling with that. And I just want to give Benji a hug and a chew toy. Poor baby.
Excellent. I approve, and I've made a note in the session notes to do aspirations next week. For the viewers, don't forget to follow us here on Twitch or the podcast service you're listening
Whoa.
on. Check
You
us
miss
out.
Patty.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, sir.
Wait.
Whoa, sir.
You should have been much earlier in the order. What happened?
No, I'm last in
Patty
this
comes
game.
after.
Oh, you are
I
last
do.
in this one.
Anyways, I'd like to
Wow.
give
Patty.
my vote to
We're not
Sean
listening.
for somehow being the leader of this group of monsters that could very easily kill him.
Yeah, I like how that happened.
He has become our leader and spokesperson, just tells
Yeah.
us what we're doing, and we're all just oh, look
Okay.
at the cute human, telling us what to do. Okay, we'll go along for now until he pisses us off, I guess.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to have a conversation with Tyler about redoing my gear so that I can kill all of you. So
Yeah, I actually have that. I forgot to give it to you because I didn't want to come up this week, but you'll have it
okay.
for next time
cool.
when you
Yeah.
might
See how
actually
it
get in
is.
an argument.
Thank
Yes.
you, labor union leader. We appreciate it.
I need my scheduled break.
And last but not least, check out our website, farpletales.com. Everything is there you need to find us. Until next week, good night.
And enjoy this banger.
Yes.